and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station. WFAN Sports Flash.
And this report brought to you by Ray Katina. Experience the power of 3. Visit bensfam.com as the start of the NFL season draws closer. The Jets already dealing with a damaging injury. Multiple reports say guard Elijah Vera Tucker suffered an arm injury that might require surgery, and he could miss significant time. Jets open with the Steelers on Sunday. The Yankees off to a good start with their series. The Astros winning 7-1. A couple of home runs for Jazz Chisholm. Trent Grisham, a grand slam, and a terrific start from Max Fried, manager Aaron Boone.
I had a chance to sweep the last series, not easy to do, into an off day, and a tough series is starting here, and you're going up against a tough pitcher in Valdez, and I thought the guys just went out and played a really, really strong game, obviously, and Max, doing his thing on the mound too.
Referencing the 7 innings from Fried, Yankees have won 8 of 9 tonight. Will Warren takes on Jason Alexander on the Fan first pitch at 8:10. Meantime, the Mets beat the Tigers 12-5 in a game that wasn't that close. Nolan McLean was outstanding. 6 innings, 7 strikeouts for the win. First Met pitcher to win the first 4 starts of his career. He's 4-0. Pete Alonso, 2 homers. Juan Soto is 37th and 5th in 5 games. And the big 3-run shot from Luis Torrens. Series finale today. Clay Holmes on the mound against Casey Mize. This report brought to you by Cars for Kids. The Fan congratulates Cars for Kids on 30 years of changing lives. Over 1 million cars donated. More than 100,000 kids helped. Be part of the legacy. Donate your car today at carsforkids.org and join over 1 million satisfied donors. It's 70 in Central Park. That's what's happening. I'm Jerry Recco on WFAN, now streaming on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
It's Brandon Tierney and Sal Licata on WFAN The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
LBT days away from the kickoff to the season for both the Jets and the Giants, and already today some bad news as it pertains to the New York Jets. Elijah Vera Tucker could miss significant time due to an arm injury. I guess he's going to get a second opinion. There's multiple reports out there. Adam Schefter says that Vera Tucker getting a second opinion, but he could possibly need surgery.
Sal, I try to fight the fight here. And I've been very optimistic about the Jets all summer. And I was having an awesome morning, and I'm walking to go to the bathroom, and I know we're going to talk Yanks and Mets, and Jets and Giants. Here we go. And as I pass Boomer and Gio's studio, I hear the echo from Jerry, AVT. And listen, second opinion, third opinion, this is not going to wind up well for the Jets. I can promise you this. So, immediate adversity. And, the only way the Jets can really win this year is by running the ball. That's it. So, I fully understand what Justin Fields is, who he's been, and who he will likely continue to be. And that is an average to subpar, most of the time, thrower of the football. So here we are, going into week 1, and I don't want to just latch on to that, woe is me, here's a 3-win season, same old Jets. I'm not doing that, but boy, it just takes the starch. It takes from me the juice. Like, I was so pumped for this season. But it's football, so things happen. Next man up, whatever. Tippmann to guard, Myers to center. This changes a lot for the Jets. He is really good.
Yeah, because you're right, it is football, and injuries happen. Every team has to deal with it. Does every team have to deal with it 3 days or whatever it is before opening kickoff? And
no.
To the most important part of their team, the whole reason why we would get behind the Jets and say, hey, they could have some success this year is because of the foundation that they have with the offensive line. They still could have a good offensive line. The problem is Vera Tucker, who was supposed to be an integral part of this offensive line for years, he keeps getting hurt.
Every year.
Every year. So, there's no way you can rely on him again next year. I'm not trying to pick on the guy personally.
Yeah, no,
I'm just saying, trying to build a football team, how could you possibly rely on him when he's hurt again? Remember I was telling you about that show that I was watching, the behind-the-scenes Jets thing? Well, he was one of the guys featured in it. He talked about that, he didn't want to be labeled as being a guy who couldn't get hurt or couldn't stay on the field, and he took offense to that. Here we are again. He's hurt. I know that it sucks. He's not trying to get injured. I don't think he's soft. I just think it is what it is with Vera Tucker. But every year, the guy's hurt. You can't rely on him. He's supposed to be a big part of this team.
Well, you can never give him real money, and that's where he was going to be at the end of the season. Remember, he was obviously a first-round pick years ago, and he's been hurt every year, starting with Denver back-to-back years, and we know his injury history at this point. But the thought was, and I was reading some stuff, after I found that he got hurt. Obviously, stayed in touch with this during the summer as well. But he had a phenomenal camp, and he was named one of the captains, and he was up for a big payday. So, it's very frustrating here, Sal. you try to, and I don't want to make this bigger than it is. It's not like when Rodgers went down against the Bills 4 plays in, or, God forbid, Brunson or Judge or Soto. I mean, he's a lineman, but he's a very important fixture in terms of what they were going to try to do. So now you're going to have to mix and match and masquerade a little bit and try to trick it up a little bit. Well, what we will do, though, what we will get early, and I don't know that it'll give us the absolute answer, but we'll get a little glimmer into the culture, the early days, the early planting of the culture seeds by Aaron Glenn, because, weak teams, injuries like this sabotage what you try to do, and they basically destroy you before you get out of the month of September. More resilient teams, tougher teams that are more connected. Hopefully that's what Aaron Glenn, I know that's what he's trying to build. Hopefully that it's rooted a little bit. Maybe you forge ahead and you can work around this. But I don't think that you can. I mean, to be quite honest with you, I just gave you names. Tittman will shift from center to guard, and then Myers will jump into center. And there was the thought that Myers could be the starting center anyway. So there's an answer. But Tittman at guard or even Memba would go, whatever you're going to do, it's not AVT.
All right, but this is the point. I know it hurts your excitement, and it's just like, God, come on. Can I be excited for 4 days leading into week 1?
No.
Okay, but big picture, I don't think this would hurt. Obviously, it's not good losing one of your better players. We get that. I don't think that this type of injury all of a sudden derails whatever you thought the Jets season could be. It certainly doesn't for me. I didn't think the Jets could be a playoff team. I still expect them to run the football. Justin Fields is such a good runner that it doesn't matter who's up front. Like, he'll elude the pass rush. Like, that's just how good Justin Fields is. Now, as far as straight running the football, yeah, that's going to be a little more challenging now without your main guard and shuffling guys around, whatever it may be. But I don't look at this Jets team as a 9-10 win team anyway. And even if I did, I'm not letting the loss of Vera Tucker impact it to that degree. It sucks to have that negative cloud. The negative news happened days before opening kickoff. But big picture, I don't think this really changes much with the Jets as it pertains to their upcoming season.
I don't even know if I can agree or disagree there, because it's so hard to quantify what he does. You just know that he's good. Right. It's not like a 3-hitter or an ace or a closer or your best player.
But it's not like Thomas to the Giants.
That's true. That is true.
Like,
that's true.
You talked about this, Thomas being the most. That would potentially derail their season. We saw it happen.
That's true. But there's also the Giants don't have as many good old linemen as the Jets. So which some people might hear that and they say, well, then you could overcome the absence of Vera Tucker because you have more strength in numbers. But running the football is not going to be the absolute strength of the New York Giants. They've got a much better receiving core than the Jets. Starting at, Neighbors and Garrett Wilson, you want to say it's a wash, whatever. But once you get past that, it's a big-time advantage for the Giants. And we've seen, like, when Andrew Thomas goes out, the Giants go from a bad team to a team that looks completely inoperable. Like, they cannot even perform the most basic requirements of snapping the ball and doing things on the most basic level. That's not going to happen with the Jets here because Vera Tucker's not a left tackle, whatever. But the only chance for me, Sal, and this is what I said for, all summer, I really thought the Jets, and they're still going to try to run it a ton, obviously. You're going to have to run it 32, 33, 35 times a week, and that's going to come from Fields, 7-8 runs here and there. I get that. But their only way to be a good offense is to be an elite rushing team. And when you lose a player like Tucker, you're not going to be elite. It's going to be a downgrade, no matter what Myers or no matter what Tittman does fill it in. So does it look as bad as the Giants look without Thomas? No. But it's not going to be as good as it needed to be. And for me, that does certainly change my enthusiasm for the season. It just does.
The other thing that it does with the Jets is now make the margin for error. Like, nobody up front can get hurt now.
Yep.
Like, you've already, and that's why you hate to have that happen. First of all, you hate to have it happen anytime, obviously, but you hate to have it happen before you even get on the field in week 1. You lose a player during the game. It happens. It sucks, whatever. You lose a guy like that, an integral part of your offensive line before you even play a game. Now you got to shuffle pieces already, and the next player to get hurt is just going to derail the entire thing. But if I'm the Jets, I stand pat, and I think Glenn will do that. And I'm sure we'll have sound from Aaron Glenn today as he addresses the media, whatever, maybe. I don't know the exact schedule, but we'll hear about it. We don't even know how it happened. I'm pretty sure I just saw Vera Tucker at the Turtleback Zoo.
You would tell me. By the way, it's a great zoo.
Yeah, it is a nice
Turtleback Zoo is phenomenal.
Yeah,
What? You didn't like it?
It was okay. My wife complaining up the hills or something. And then you go look at the bear, and the bear's not there. He's hiding.
Really?
But we were by the giraffe. When you go to feed the giraffe.
100%, yeah.
Okay, so we were by there, and I'm pretty sure I saw...
The big open field.
Yeah, okay, there was a buffalo, I think, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I saw Vera Tucker and his family. They have like a newborn baby, whatever. And I didn't say anything. I didn't really give it much thought. But because he's in my mind, because I just watched this Jets show behind the scenes, and then I hear people behind me in the line, with the whisper.
Oh, there's AVT.
Yeah,
oh, there's Tucker.
Exactly. So, and then before I turned around, he was gone.
Did you see the Stingrays, by the way? Did you touch him? Did Sammy touch him?
No, we didn't even go to the Stingrays.
So, when you get in, there's like the train, I think, to your right a little bit.
The train,
okay.
Yeah.
And then rather than go to the right, there's the aquarium straight ahead. You can actually touch the Stingrays.
Yeah,
you got it. Next time, she's got to feel that.
Did not touch the Stingrays. Maybe next time. But so anyway, point is Vera Tucker.
Well, you jinxed him. That's what I'm hearing.
Maybe I did.
AVT was healthy at the Turtleback Zoo. Sal sees him, and AVT's probably out for the season.
He looked fine, so I'm curious to see how this happened. Was it something that was lingering, and they're just coming up with it now?
My guess, and it's probably going to be a million miles off, because I was thinking the same thing. How the hell did this happen? I heard the news at 9:30. They're not practicing, I don't think, this early yet. I don't think they're hitting on a Wednesday before. I don't think. It may have been a weight room thing. I mean, did he rupture a bicep? I mean, was he just slogging around too much weight? Was it something from yesterday and it's just trickling in now? I don't know. And, I don't even care. Like, I really don't care how he got hurt. He is just an injury-prone figure, and it stinks. There's some guys who always get hurt, and you can't count on him. And it really is brutal, because if Vera Tucker had real health, Vera Tucker would be in the same, I believe, the same mold and eventually the same esteem as somebody like Nick Mangold and those other terrific DeBrickashaw Ferguson. He'd be in the Ring of Honor. That's how good this guy is. So, listen, I'm not gonna complain all day here, but it really does take the juice from me. Like, I couldn't wait to see these 5 beasts, these 5 horses run out of the tunnel and just look to punish, starting with the Steelers in week 1. And they'll still have the same mindset, and they'll still be able to run the ball, because not 5 guys didn't get hurt, 1 did. But, if I thought the Jets, and I said this yesterday, if the Jets could be, maybe messing around for that last wild card and that 7th spot in late November, early December, do I honestly still feel that way today if Vera Tucker is out for the season? My answer is no, because there's now the direct impact of his absence. But as you point out, and it's important, somebody else is going down. And the deeper, at some point, it's football. So the deeper you get into the season, more injuries you have, and the more, average, just a guy, kind of a guy, is now tapped in to be a starting offensive lineman, you're in trouble if you can't throw him. They're not going to throw the football this year. There's no way they're going to throw the football.
It sucks. I get it.
They got 1 receiver.
I know. It sucks. I get it. Give you a couple of days to regenerate, and then I feel like the excitement can be. This is not what you want opening week leading up to the game. However, I think this is more of a knock on Vera Tucker than it is for the Jets season. Like, it stinks to lose this guy. To me, now you look at Vera Tucker, a first-round draft pick, a guy you had your high expectations for, guy who's hurt all the time. Hey, maybe this will finally be the year. Like, nobody was talking about Vera Tucker being injured at this point. You were talking about the offensive line, how good it's going to be. Hey, he's finally healthy. Here we go. He's hurt again. Like, that to me is the end of Vera Tucker for me with the Jets. So,
I wouldn't give him big money. There's no way. There's no way.
To me, that's officially a bust, because he is not. When he was healthy, sure, but he has not been healthy enough to live up to the expectations that you have from a first-round draft pick. So I think this is more of an assessment of Vera Tucker and, unfortunately, his disappointing time with the Jets than it is about, the Jets season has been torpedoed because Vera Tucker has a serious upper body injury.
Okay, so torpedoed is strong. I'm not going there either, but like, to me, if we both agree that really the only way for the Jets to be good this year, is to run the ball. When you lose one of the best linemen in football, I don't see how you can think that this doesn't change things for the season.
But remember, I don't think the Jets are going to win a lot of games. So my main goal this year, Glenn said it himself, and he said it as good as anybody could ever say it, was not for the Jets to win a lot of games. Obviously, you want to win as many games as possible, but it's for the Jets fans to be proud of a team.
To feel good about the team was what he said. Yeah.
Thank God. That's all that I've been asking for years. Can you have a competitive football team that you don't look at every week going in like, are they scoring any points today? Are they going to stop anybody today? How are we going to get embarrassed today? Because that's what it's been with the Jets, especially under Robert Saleh, but even before the Gays, all this stuff. We know about the embarrassment. So I think that's going to go away with Aaron Glenn.
So do I.
It may not show on the win total right away, and that's why I don't think that this injury has an impact on that. That other stuff can still be there. Matter of fact, maybe they could come out of it even stronger, and you learn that Vera Tucker's not going to be a guy that you could rely upon because he just can't stay healthy, whatever his issues are.
There's always a silver lining down the road. I mean, obviously, whatever money you may have had bookmarked or earmarked for him, he doesn't get it. Maybe you kind of split it around the rest of the roster, and it makes you a little bit better, a little bit more whole down the road. But that doesn't change for me. You know what I think this does to their season. And again, it's not Rodgers. Understood. It's not Tom Brady years ago going down with when he ripped up his knee right away. You know, and Matt Castle came in, which and they were actually still pretty good. They won 10 games, but they didn't get to the playoffs, nor did they win the Super Bowl. I'm not saying it's not that level of catastrophic. And it's not even, and you know me by now, it's not even feeding into the same old Jet stuff. I'm really not doing that.
People will, though. People
that. Will. Yeah. They will. I can't prevent. I won't even try to stop that, really. Like, you guys, you do you. You be you. You do what you got to do. If you feel like it's same old Jets, it's cursed, name it, that's fine. If Beningo's going to start ranting and raving on the All the Pain podcast that the Jets are cursed, I'm not going to try to stop Joe. But what I do feel, again, Sal, this is somebody who really thought the Jets had a chance to mess around and be a playoff team. But the margin for error was razor thin.
Right.
Razor thin. And, right now, it does seem like the ceiling's been lowered a bit for me. And it sucks.
I'm not trying to, bring up bad memories or whatever. No, I'm just saying it seems like it's always something.
It is.
With the Jets.
I know it is.
That's kind of why you have the pain stuff or... You can't even, you couldn't even, the first year with Rodgers, you couldn't even get through the first game.
No.
The first play.
He didn't complete a pass.
You couldn't.
He didn't complete a pass.
I mean, that is historically bad. So to me, it won't ever be as bad as that.
I agree. Well, probably.
But the expectations versus the results there, I don't know how you get worse than that. But the excitement that every football fan should have going into whether it's tomorrow night's game, whether it's Friday night's game, obviously whether it's the slate on Sunday or Monday night, it's not fair to be robbed of that excitement before you even play a game, even with the worst expectations, or the lowest expectations, and it's always something with the Jets.
Yeah, and listen, it does feel different. Like if I'm sitting on the couch on Saturday and Vera Tucker goes down and he's in the blue tent and he's carted off, like that's football. It sucks and it changes the season as well, but we're conditioned to deal with that. What the hell happened?
Yeah.
I would just like to know what happened.
Kind of out of nowhere.
Kind of out of nowhere, which obviously, kind of shapes the way you feel about it. There's a rawness to it when you first hear it. When guys get hurt in games, you're almost desensitized to it because you watch football, and no matter what level, somebody gets carted off or is in the tent for a concussion or a torn Achilles or a shattered knee. But here we are, man. Come on. It's Wednesday. I've been hyping up this O-line all summer.
You jinxed him.
I jinxed him.
I think you jinxed him. You're saying I was a jinx at the zoo. You've been hyping up this offensive
How did I jinx him?
You've been hyping him up, pumping him up.
So I can't even be optimistic anymore? No. So listen, later on we talk about the Yankees. By the way, Max Fried very quietly be getting very, very sharp again. So next hour, if I say, hey, man, I really do feel, I feel the best about the Yankees that I felt all year, and then in a week somebody goes down. Yeah. So then I jinxed this. So we... If that's the case, we can't converse about anything.
No, you can't be positive about anything.
Well, we usually aren't.
Exactly. But with the Jets, you do have a knack for being...
Yeah, I know.
You try to regenerate. I give you credit.
I will always regenerate, but it doesn't mean I'm not hurting today. I'm pissed and it sucks.
BT and Sal, the fan, our friends at Town Fair Tire, remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. 888-808-1019, the number to call. NFL Talk on the Fan, presented by Paramount Plus. Can't count on much these days, but you can always, especially the health of the Jets offensive line, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday on CBS and Paramount Plus all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. We'll get to your calls when we come back. As you said, BT, big night in baseball last night with the Yankees destroying the Astros, the Mets taking care of the Tigers, so we could have both those conversations along the way, get into some Giants as well. Excited about football tomorrow night. NFL kickoff with the Eagles and Cowboys, so a lot to get into. Just getting started. 888-808-1019. On the Fan.
Let's get it there, Sal. All right, FanDuel is getting ready to kick off with an offer that you don't want to miss. New customers bet $5 and get $300 back in bonus bets if you win. That's right. You pick a bet, you bet $5, and if it wins, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use all across the app. Build parlays, player props, futures, ride the live lines, whatever it is, whatever the style that you subscribe to, you know that FanDuel has you covered, and they have for years. The NFL season's finally here. The only question is, are you ready to play? Are you ready to go? Download the app, get going, simple to use, easy to navigate. Just visit FanDuel.com/BT. Download the app, as I said, and get going. That's FanDuel.com/BT. We love the app around here. It is safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid right away. FanDuel is the official partner of us here at WFAN. 21 plus and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bet that expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions to apply. Make sure you see the terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. And for help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
There's a line drive right field. That ball is hammered.
The Yankees and Astros play ball. 8:10 tonight. Driven by Jeep.
That was an extraordinary play.
Susan Waldman and Dave Sims call all the play-by-play. The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan. 101.9 FM and always live on the free Odyssey app.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Luxury just got tripled with Mercedes-Benz of Edison, Union, and Freehold, New Jersey. 3 powerhouse locations, 1 legendary name. Ray Katina. More selection, more convenience, and more ways to drive excellence. Experience the power of 3. Visit benzfam.com.
Yeah, I'm looking at the pages right now.
Thomas's translation company just lost its only 2 Spanish speakers. Without the right replacements, he'll be in problemas.
Yeah, we'll have those ready. Tonight's gonna be a late one.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
For over 100 years, Sloman's has been your trusted partner in comfort. When it comes to home heating oil, they deliver more than just quality fuel. They deliver peace of mind. With price protection, automatic deliveries, and 24/7 service, their dedicated team is just a call away, ensuring you stay warm and comfortable all winter long. Sloman's, the Tri-State's largest heating oil provider, proudly serving their community for generations. Give them a call today at 866-GET-HEAT or visit oil.slomans.com.
We've got more sports talk coming up on The Fan.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Get away to the Atlantic City in Waterboat Show. 4 days only, September 4th to the 7th at the Golden Nugget Marina. See the new boat models from all the major manufacturers. Buy $15 advance tickets at acinwaterboatshow.com. See you there.
At Hanover Bank, we're more than just your bank. We're your neighbor. Our decisions are made locally by people who live and work right here in your community and who understand what matters most to you. And your deposits, they stay local, benefiting the businesses, homes, families, and futures that make our towns thrive. We believe in true relationship banking, individual service, and commitment to community. Visit HanoverBank.com to learn more today. That's HanoverBank.com. Hanover Bank. Forward together.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia. Movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Powerball is now $1.3 billion. On Jackpocket, America's #1 lottery app, new customers opt in and get a free lottery ticket. Download the app and start ordering lottery tickets today. Use code DISCO on Jackpocket. Gambling problem? In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. 18 or older. Jackpocket is a lottery courier and not affiliated with any state lottery. Eligibility restrictions apply. Opt in for $5 and non-withdrawable lottery credits that expire in 168 hours. Terms, jkpt.com/draw5.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
Wait a minute.
BT itself back on the Fan. 888-808-1019 is the number to call, starting with the Jets and the unfortunate news about Elijah Vera Tucker. You know, I think it was the morning show talking about, maybe it was yesterday, I saw some stuff too.
What, Tom Seaver?
No, what happened with that?
Boomer thinks McLean's Tom Seaver.
Boomer thinks McLean is
or Nolan Ryan, a little bit of a combo. We'll get to it later. What did you hear on the morning show?
After 4 games?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Just the way he looks.
I heard Boomer in his stat pack on the morning show. I just got a weird text that's distracted me here.
What does it say?
Thank you for your payment of blah, 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 blah. What the hell? I don't even know what that is.
Well, it sounds like you may have just been hustled.
Yeah, I don't even know if this is...
Dear Mr. Licata, thank you for your payment of $3,922.
There's no link. It says RWJBH. Thank you for your payment of $103. Your balance is paid in full. What the hell is that?
I don't know. Somebody had a couple of drinks on you, maybe.
Is that like a bank or a hospital or something like that? You guys go to like a doctor's visit?
I don't know what that is, but I don't even think that's my card number. It comes up the number. I got to look into that.
I hope not, because you just told everybody in New York what it is.
Yeah, well, no, I didn't say the number.
The letters that you get.
Yeah, I don't
Ignore it. It's a scam.
It's a scam. Sal, I've gotten some of that stuff too. But just don't respond.
So and then it says reply stop to opt out. So it's like if I reply, then it's going to scam me? Like how is this going to scam me?
They know it's your real number, and they'll keep sending you stuff.
Okay.
And then hope you bite. Hope that you're the 87-year-old grandma who's unsuspecting, poor woman just trying to save whatever she has.
Yeah, my mother. Why do I keep getting these texts? No, I heard them talking about whether you should boo Rodgers or not. Jet fans boo Rodgers. It's honestly not even something that ever crossed my mind. Like booing guys that come back to New York. Obviously, Soto was a big one coming back to Yankee Stadium. That's the one that comes to mind most recently. It happens all the time with guys who leave or guys who get traded. Okay, certain guys you don't like, guys who want to perform. The idea of booing Rodgers, now I'm all into the storyline. I think it's a fascinating storyline right out of the gate with Rodgers coming back. A different Aaron Rodgers with a totally different team and different expectations. Even with Justin Fields going against his former team, I love that.
Nobody cares about that as much. It's really Rodgers.
Well, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
If it weren't for Rodgers, then I do think it'd be a bigger thing.
A little juicy with
It's certainly the side B story or whatever with Justin Fields, but there's intrigue there with the former quarterbacks of former teams. But the idea that a Jet fan would actually go to this game, and that's a whole other note there.
I got something on that.
The idea that Jet fans would go to this game looking to boo Rodgers, for what? This guy didn't. Aaron Rodgers wasn't the one who screwed the Jets. He gave you everything he had. Unfortunately, he got hurt the first year in the first play of the season. He came back. He tried. He actually put up decent numbers statistically last year. I don't think he was bad. You and I were both on the same page with that guy. I don't think he was bad for their clubhouse, for their locker room or anything like that. So why in the world would a Jet fan contemplate going to that game booing Aaron Rodgers?
Because they're just inherently angry. That's one answer. That's probably the answer, you know. The other thing, too, is, listen, I don't know what the exact line of demarcation is or was, but somewhere along the line and somewhere along the way, people just forgot how to comport themselves. Like, their fandom sensibilities are out the window, and, I mean, flip a coin in terms of what's going to happen. I don't know, but I'll tell you what should happen. Nothing. You don't stand up and give Aaron Rodgers a standing ovation because he really didn't do anything for you. Right. You don't stand up and vociferously boo him because he didn't do anything wrong. I mean, so to me, and I've never really been a booer, and we've talked about this. Right. Like, I've never been one to stand up and boo. You know, maybe a few expletives if I'm pissed off, a couple of beers in me back in the day. But no, I'm really not a booer. To me, you react with that kind of emotion, whether it's well, you shouldn't curse in front of the kids, but like the booing, for a lack of hustle, a lack of engagement, a lack of effort, or if you proactively leave me and go to like one of my rivals because now you're saying that I'm not as good or I'm not good enough for you.
You hurt me.
And that hurts, and now I'm going to come out like, honestly, Soto comes to the Bronx, I'm going to boo you because you went to the Mets.
Yeah, he should have gotten booed there.
No, there's 100%. No doubt. There's no doubt. Now, I think that if anybody stands up and boos Rodgers, it is missing that. Now, people will, not if. When some people do that, it is missing the mark so much. It's really sad because if you think about what Aaron Rodgers tried to do, he tried. I know it didn't work, guys. I get that. He tried to resuscitate one of the most moribund, pathetic franchises in all of team sports. He was all in, whether it's going to the Knicks playoff games with Sauce or, you know, going to Broadway shows with the O-line or being at the facility. He tried. He's old. He got hurt. Didn't work.
Also didn't run from the expectations. Welcome them. Did it with respect as it pertains to the legend, Joe Namath, whatever it may be. Yeah. Super Bowl trophies. Like,
good point.
There was not. It gives me goosebumps thinking about it. I love the idea of Rodgers coming here. I loved what he was saying, all that he was doing. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, mainly because he got hurt. And the second part of that would be because he was dealing with an inept head coach and just an entire Jets hierarchy. So it wasn't really his fault. Matter of fact, I wanted them back. I understand why they moved on. I would have loved to have seen Rodgers here and give it one more go. Now, it probably wouldn't have worked out to the levels that they would hope anyway. So understand why they wanted to cut bait, clean slate, fresh start with Aaron Glenn. Totally get it. But the idea that you would boo Aaron Rodgers, have any ill will toward Rodgers, it's not his fault. If anything, and I'm with you, because as I heard the morning show talking about it.
Were they saying that they should boo him?
I caught a very little bit of it, and maybe they talked about it prior to the segment that I heard, and it was just like the tail end of it. But like, to me, the word that came up in my mind was agnostic. Like you said, I would not have. There's no vitriol, and it's certainly not like a round of applause. I'm not going to give him a standing ovation. I mean, if anything, maybe I could stand up and just at least respect that. You know what? He tried. He embraced being a Jet. Like, that's not a little deal. That's a big deal. Embracing being a New York Jet when he did it. So maybe, if anything, I could give him a slight clap or whatever. But either way, it's like there are no feelings, certainly no ill will toward Aaron.
I'll tell you, to this level, and I'm with you obviously here. Like, when I'm watching the Steelers throughout the season and I'm watching Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers is not playing the Jets, meaning every other game that they play, I'm going to be rooting for Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to hope that he does well. Now, why would I not?
I'm going to root for him in week 1. You know that. Probably. That's fine. Do we have the point spread on that? I haven't looked. I'm not trying to.
Come on, I'm already on top of this, man.
They're giving 2.5?
I don't know if it changed with Vera Tucker's injury. No, it's not going to move a half a point.
Steelers are giving 2.5.
Yes, so the Jets are 2.5-point dogs at home.
I love Rodgers so much, and more about my love for him, I believe in him, and I believe in the Steelers. So to me, that's why I'd be rooting for him. But I'm with you. Like, aside from obviously wanting the Jets and Giants to win every game possible, I do want to see Rodgers have success and, go out on a high note if this is his, the final year of his career.
When he's playing the Ravens twice and the other teams in the North, obviously, like, those are going to be must-watch games. And to me, now I'm able to get this, and many, well, I shouldn't say many, but there's a decent amount of Jet fans who won't be able to get past this, and I'm not really judging you, even though I think that you're wrong, so I guess there is a little judgment. But to me, I look at it very simply. I just enjoy watching I'll use the word decaying, but not disrespectfully, decaying legends, titans of the game play.
Right.
Like, Tom Brady, Peyton, play as long, Eli running out there at 39 foot. Play as long as you can. Really, Roger Clemens out there in his 40s. To me, it's a beautiful thing. Like golfers hanging on and trying to, when Jack won the Masters in 86 at the age of 46, I wasn't watching golf. I was only 12. But in hindsight, I grew to appreciate that. Like, why would we want to just delete the legends from our viewing pleasure unless he's beating your team? Like, I just enjoy that.
Is there a part of you, though, that would maybe right now you're not able to feel it, but if he did have success, forget about week one head-to-head, because then that's going to bother
big picture.
I'm talking about down the road. You mentioned against the Ravens or whatever. If you see Rodgers lead the Steelers to the postseason, have success in a playoff game, is there a part of you that would say, this is supposed to be us and be bothered, not at him necessarily, but just in general?
The situation.
Well, yeah, if he
the reality of what I am and what the Steelers are.
Bingo.
Yes.
That he was able to have success there.
Yeah.
2 years older than what he was.
I know. But it wouldn't be in the form of blame. It would be maybe in the form of jealousy, but in a healthy way. Like anytime we talk about the Jets and the Giants, now it's a little different Yankee-Met dynamic, especially now with Soto on the Mets. But as a Jets fan, I've always said, I don't hate the Giants. I'm jealous of the Giants' success. Right. I wish I had four Super Bowl trophies hanging in the entrance to my building instead of one that I wasn't even born when they won it in '69 would name it. So, no, I think that I also think if the Jets are having a good season, it will be minimized a little bit. Any success that Rodgers has, if he does, from a team and an individual perspective. If the Jets are trash, it's going to maybe that wound's going to be a little deeper and a little bit more raw, and it's going to bother me a little bit differently. But I'm generally, and I used the word jealous before, but I'm not a jealous person to the point where I wish ill will on good people. I've never been that person. And to me, Aaron Rodgers at his core is a good person. I really believe that. I think a lot of people disagree with some of his beliefs, and and I don't agree with everything he said either. Right. Some of the things he's espoused I think are fundamentally wrong, but that's fine. At least he's a critical thinker. He's free. He latches on to freedom of speech, and I respect that. He's not afraid of people trying to cancel him, and I respect that.
He's not afraid to be himself.
100%. Right. Now, it's also easy to do that when you got $150 million in the bank.
I understand.
Because if somebody does cancel you, go to Hawaii and you eat coconuts and hang in a hammock all day.
There are certain things that a lot of people can't say or can't do
that they want to. Correct.
Because you're exactly, you just nailed it. You got to put food on the table. You got to pay the mortgage. Like, he doesn't have to worry about that, but I respect anybody who is unafraid to completely be themselves regardless of the consequences. Again, it's easy to do that when you got $150 million, whatever contract.
A little parachute there. And the other thing, too, I know we got to break here. The other thing, too, though, and I'm curious what Jet fans, if they're going to boo Rodgers, 888-808-1019, BT and Sound on the Fan. The other thing, too, is, now, some people say, well, it was just for show. It's all Aaron Rodgers doing it for Aaron Rodgers. Maybe. I don't know what was going through his mind. The way I interpret, and of course, like an idiot, I took the bait a little bit. Maybe he will come back by the end of the season when he ruptures his Achilles like an idiot, like I always am with these Jets. God, they spin me in knots, this team. But you know how I really did, aside from getting excited that he might come back.
We're getting to heat and stuff. He's coming back,
God
man.
Almighty.
The Buffalo game, whatever game, the Washington on Christmas Day.
He's going to play. Yeah, I know. He's going to play. 3 months after he had his Achilles reattached to the back of his ankle bone.
He made people believe.
I know. But why I give him, and maybe it was fully selfish. I don't know. How I took it a little bit was that he was trying to inspire his teammates. Like, maybe that's overly corny. I think that he really assumed the leadership and took it so serious enough with the Jets, which is why I would not boo him, that going out there, even throwing 9-yard little spirals without really moving his feet was his way of telling his teammates, we're not done yet. And I'm out here. I just had big-time surgery. You're healthy. Go play hard and figure something out.
Yeah.
And I respected that.
And I really do believe he wanted and he believed he was going to come back.
So did I.
It just wasn't scientifically possible. All right, BT and Sal on the Fan. Get to your calls when we come back. 888-808-1019. Guys, by now, you've heard me talk about Collars & Co., makers of the dress collar polo. Love these shirts. They've already sold over 1 million of these amazing shirts. Well, Collars & Co. just came out with a new Maverick Performance Blazer. This blazer's sharp and wrinkle resistant, so you can travel anywhere with it. Just throw it in your bag, and it will remain wrinkle-free. It even comes with security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So visit collarsandco.com and check them out today.
All right, Sal, stop dealing with your neck pain. Yep, I've had that. Backaches. Yep, I've had that. Sciatica. Oh, God, did I have that? Sciatica is the absolute worst. If you have that, go to Dr. J. Schott, Samwell Institute for Pain Management. A migraine, a nerve pain specialist. He'll get you back to feeling yourself again with minimally invasive and non-surgical treatments. There are thousands of 5-star reviews. And by the way, let me just say this. Somebody who's had a lot of surgeries, there are solutions. Go and see Jay. There's ways to do this. Minimally invasive. You got that shooting pain down your leg, the sciatica. It feels like the end of the world. They can help you out, honestly. So trust Jay for pain-relieving solutions. Same day and next day appointments available with offices in Colonia, Livingston, and Englewood, New Jersey. Turn to Samwell Pain for effective pain-relieving solutions. Visit SamwellPain.com.
It's Keith McPherson at night on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
As a manager, getting to know his potential closer, I'm pretty sure this guy's going to get the first crack at it. He let this guy go out and finish the job, and I'm telling you, that type of stuff the team can build off of.
Listen to Keith McPherson on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Boomer Esiason with an Odyssey Sports Minute, sponsored by AutoZone. Get the zone, AutoZone. Continuing with my final preseason power rankings, the Panthers top Feeble 5 at number 28 in Bryce Young's make it or break it year. The Jets are 29th with a rookie head coach and offensive coordinator leading a quarterback on his third team in as many years. Next come, of course, the Browns, Titans, and Arch Manning coveting Saints. I'm Boomer Esiason.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text BEACH to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful Fed incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text BEACH to 42424. That's BEACH to 42424.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
Water damage happens fast. So can the cleanup when you call on the restoration specialists at 1-800-SERVPRO to help make it like it never even happened. That's 1-800-SERVPRO.
Franchises are independently owned and operated.
If you're in the market for Michelin tires, get to Town Fair Tire and get them at the guaranteed lowest price. With Michelin's innovative technologies designed for durability and performance, you can trust you're getting the highest quality tires over all the toughest of road conditions. Plus, at Town Fair, you get free services for life. So if you're looking for the best deal on Michelin tires, get to Town Fair, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This September, you'll be traveling in style when you win your share of $50,000 in cash and Toomey luggage. Be here on Friday, September 12th and 26th from 3 to 7 p.m. when one winner will be drawn every hour to win a Toomey aluminum extended trip packing case and international carry-on, plus up to $5,000 in cash. Come to where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
4 distinct all-electric Cadillacs. Some drive them for performance. Others drive them for the range. And some drive them because it's the only way to make an entrance. 3 different ways to turn every drive into an occasion. Whatever your reason, there's never been a better time to say, let's take the Cadillac. The all-electric Cadillac family of vehicles. Escalade IQ, Vistic, Optic, and Lyric. Visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer today.
Get ready for more BT and Sal on the Fan.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
Wow, it's so good to finally be back home.
Is it me, or is it musty?
Oh, damp. Check the bathroom.
Damp!
The basement?
Damp! Wait!
Yeah?
I'm ordering damp bread!
So we don't have to move?
Eliminate damp, musty smells by trapping excess moisture. Get rid of the damp with Damp Rid.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Some things are hard to commit to, like learning how to surf or saving for a family vacation. But one commitment that's easy, switching to Fios Home Internet with a 5-year price lock guarantee. That means 5 great summers of fast, reliable internet at the same low price. All with the Fios 1 gig internet plan. Plus no hidden fees or equipment charges. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today. Price guarantee applies to base monthly rate only for new and existing My Home customers.
Catch all the play-by-play with Susan Waldman and Dave Sims. The home of Yankees radio. The Fan. On the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
Hey, finally beat a good team. Go win by those Yanks last night. Time for the Wendy's Yankees turning point of the game contest on the Fan. B-Team Sal here. The official hamburger of the Yanks. First one to identify last night's turning point of the game at Houston. God, you gotta love beating those punks. 866-540-WFAN. That's 866-540-9326. And you'll receive 2 pairs of tickets to an upcoming 2025, not many left, regular season home game. So the Yankees have won 8 of 9. They took the game 7-1. Max Fried, that's 3 straight good starts. The bats clicking, Jazz, Grisham, good stuff. All from your flagship station for Yankees baseball, The Fan.
What a year Trent Grisham has had.
Yes.
I mean, that is remarkable.
Really has.
I saw Hoff tweet this. I think he did. Hoff, did you do your WFAN Daily on this?
I did, yeah.
He said that it's official. The Yankees won the Juan Soto trade. And, well, it is. Even though Soto walked, like, think about it. You're getting production from Grisham. And this is not about Soto. It's about the trade. They made the trade. They got Soto to produce last year.
He did.
And then they get Grisham, who was a throw-in to produce Soto-like numbers to a certain extent this year.
And he's making $5 million doing it.
Remarkable.
I know. The only problem is, and this is probably a conversation down the road, I would imagine, but, he's making peanuts. Somebody's going to overvalue him. His defensive stats, not to bore you with this, but are not nearly as good. Like some people just blindly say Grisham's an amazing center fielder.
Right.
And he has been, but there's actually been some real detectable slippage in a lot of areas that I won't get into now defensively. And if you think he's this hitter the rest of his, of his prime, well, then you give him 3 years at decent money, 3 plus an option, 4 plus 1, which I wouldn't do because now what do you do with Spencer Jones? What do you do with them? I don't know if Spencer's going to be good, but I really don't necessarily want him blocking the path unless it's like a 1-year deal. I mean, how do you resign him?
Yeah, the Yankees maybe not, and maybe he's a better fit for the Mets. Here's something interesting, and Hoff, you could chime in here too if the situation allows. Now, I don't know if this is 100% accurate, but I'm going to throw it out there anyway. I also don't know the timeline. I'm going to assume the timeline on this was before McMahon was traded to the Yankees. I was told that the Mets turned down Grisham for Brett Beatty.
Really?
Yeah. Now, again, I don't know if it's 100% confirmed. I was just having conversations with multiple people about it. Like, this was a while ago. I had it on my notes. So it's not like something that I just found out the other day.
The Mets turned down Grisham for
Now, remember, we were talking about this way earlier in the season, how this would be a fit. Yankees needed the third baseman. Mets needed the center fielder. This was before Grisham went really nuts. He was having a hot start. We had the conversation about, Ben Rice. I'd trade Beatty for Ben Rice or Vientos, whatever it may be. But that is a clear fit. Grisham's not getting anything. He's a free agent. Now, you'd be giving up years of control in Brett Beatty. But let's just say hypothetical. I don't know if it happened or not. I was told that it did, but I myself don't know the exact details of it. What would you, before the McMahon trade, what would you do from a Yankees perspective, Beatty for Grisham?
I would have made the trade.
You would have taken Beatty.
Yes, I would have.
Makes sense.
From a Mets perspective, I would not have.
See, so then you agree. Now, I disagree.
If that's true, I agree with the Mets saying no thanks.
Here's why.
You know why, though? Because you could buy him this winter and hold on to Beatty.
I know, but I'm trying to win, and that's probably the Mets' logic. If they did, in fact, turn this down, I'm trying to win now. I'm trying to win a damn World Series.
Well, you don't like Mullins? What's the matter with said?
Exactly. As a matter of fact, David Stern screwed up because forget about even Mullins. You could have had Bader.
Yeah.
Now, I get the whole idea. See, teams now, they don't trade to try to make their team better. They trade based on years of control.
Big part of it.
But
the Mets should be above that with the payroll.
They should be.
And I think they are for the most part.
Okay, but
I think they like Beatty.
I understand the value of control. He's a controllable player. That's good.
Yeah.
Who's a better player? Who's a better player, Beatty or Grisham? Who's a better fit right now? Like, it's not even close. So you have to sacrifice. Otherwise, Grisham wouldn't be available. The Yankees would do it, hypothetically. The Yankees would do it because they'd be getting a lefty bat, third baseman with potential that's under control and cheap for years.
Which is what the Yankees always seem to do because they got that with Ryan McMahon. Right. I mean, when I say under control, he's got a contract for $16 million for the next couple of years.
Way cheaper.
I know. Yeah. But even McMahon was appealing to the Yankees. They had a glaring need defensively, but also those. Not that it's what Beatty's making $1 million,
right?
But in their eyes, $16 million a pop is not big money, and it's not in 2025.
Understood, but the appeal of trading for Beatty is not because he's a star.
Yeah.
Like, the appeal is, potential and cheap and under control. That's the appeal. That's why if you're trying to win a World Series now, which I thought the Mets were trying to do, that's why you take that and say, here, we'll dangle this piece in Beatty because he's under control, he's cheap, and he's got potential. You give us the known commodity that we could plug in center field right now.
Yeah.
Come on. So, again, I was told that was either talked about or whatever.
I wonder who brought it up first. Did the Yankees present it to them?
Down. Now, again, this is all, I got to say hypothetical because I don't know.
Hey, listen, informed industry conversations that came your way. I got you.
And I was like,
breaking news. You're not
I'm not trying to report and break news. I'm just saying that it was a conversation that I believe was had. And it's fascinating that the Mets would turn that down and that the Yankees would have been okay with it. Now, also remember, too, the Yankees were fully healthy at that time.
Yeah.
Maybe without Stanton, but because Dominguez still, he wasn't, I'm going to say bust to the expectations, but you know what I mean? There was
which I think is harsh, but he certainly hasn't been the star that we thought he would be, but I don't think he's a bust. But I got you. Probably somewhere in between is the real answer.
Fair enough. But he's not what we thought he was going to be this year, certainly.
True.
I'm not saying he's a bust and he's going to stink his whole career. I'm just saying that this year was like, well, Dominguez could be penciled in, Bellinger could play center, Judge and right, away we go.
Yep. So here's what I find interesting. Now, I will admit, this is petty on my part.
Yeah.
Like, I don't operate this way. Like, anytime it comes up, whether it's a Yankee Met thing, Yankee Red Sox, I don't know, Jets, Bills, Giants, Philly, whatever it might be, if there is a trade from a business perspective that comes across my desk and it's from one of my chief rivals, but I believe that I'm going to win that trade, I'm not going to avoid doing business with them because they're my rival.
Right.
I'm going to do business with them, swallow hard, and kind of hope that what I'm giving up doesn't destroy me down the road, but I'm confident that I'm winning the trade, okay? So that's how I operate from a mindset perspective. But with the Yankee Met thing, and I will admit a little pettiness here, and I may break the rule that I just told you. I'm not trying to help the Mets out with Grisham after Soto went there. Why the hell would the Yankees do that?
You said
Screw the Mets.
Because it's a good value for them. You said the same exact thing when we had this conversation months ago.
Exactly, and I still feel that way. I feel that way more.
Yeah.
Not giving them anything. Hey, you take the right fielder, you want the center fielder too? They're lost.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think if
the Mets
if it's going to help you. Now, the issue would be, to me, from a Yankees perspective, how you would value Beatty.
You know I like Beatty.
I've
liked him more than most.
If you believe that he could be a good player, and he's shown some signs here, and obviously the Mets value Beatty, and it's not just about the control. They think he could be a useful player, but they also thought that Cedric Mullins could be a useful player. How's that worked out for him?
But I think that you've got to update the net. Like, I don't think that the Mets think that Beatty could be a useful player. He's already a useful player.
Yeah.
He got 20 home runs.
He's not an everyday player.
But that's different. He could play a little second, could play a little third, lefty stick. Like, he's past the point. He's a good athlete.
15 homers right now for Beatty.
Yeah, I thought it was 16, so maybe I pushed that a little bit aggressively, getting to 20. Maybe 17, 18, whatever it is. But the point is, you know that he's not a scrub. Like, he's already past that point. So he has already entered useful territory.
Like serviceable, big leaguer
useful,
floor.
say synonym, whatever. I mean, you could.
Yeah.
Now, the next level of evaluation, can he be a middle of the order-ish? I don't mean 3 or 4, but like 6, maybe 2, whatever, for a team that's got designs on being a consistent playoff contender. I can't say that yet, but I can't say that it can't be. Like, he's past useful.
Right, but here's the way that I would say it. And you might be right about that. And he's proven himself to be, remember, this is probably before that he even proved himself to be this type of player. And before Grisham went nuts. Right now, do you think the New York Mets would be a better team with Trent Grisham or with Brett Beatty?
Obviously with Grisham.
And that's all that I want.
Yeah.
I want the better
I
team.
hear you.
I'll worry about the offseason in the offseason. I'll go find another useful player. I'll draft another one that could be what Beatty is. I'm not trying to knock Beatty because you're right. He's had a useful season. He's had a productive season. He's contributed here. But, I mean, Trent Grisham could be a potential game changer. By the way, he's also had success in the postseason before.
I know.
So this is not anything new here.
And usually every team he's on is a winning team. If you think about his pedigree, usually he's on pretty good teams.
Center fielders are hard to come by. Go ahead, Hoff. You had something there?
Yeah, I just, honestly, to break this down here, I think the Yankees, you'll never get this trade to happen because nobody wants to help each other out. But the only way for this trade to have worked, because Brett Beatty in the past month, even though I can't stand the guy, has been hitting .341, 4 home runs, 9 RBIs, OPS 925. He's been productive, completely productive, unlike Ryan McMahon, which I told you last year, you didn't want a piece of him because his second half numbers are so bad.
Yeah, he just can't hit a fastball, man.
McMahon is batting 163
he
again.
Cannot hit
like
a good
he
fastball.
did last year in the second half.
Fastball.
Can't do it.
Slow bat.
This would have been a perfect trade for both teams. I think, though, I got to be honest, the Yankees would have had to give up more. You can't just give up Grisham, a rental player, for Brett Beatty, who's got a ton of control.
But then you can't go nuts for Brett Beatty.
I'm not telling you. But the Mets had a surplus,
also,
so that's why you can get a little bit of a 1-for-1. But
so even if we take this out and say that it didn't happen and Stearns didn't turn this down, but I'm going to assume that he did, that would be strike one. Dude, how about trading Drew Gilbert? Have you watched what he's done with San Francisco now? Now, I love Rodgers. It was the right move. But it's on Stearns and the Mets to figure out which players to trade, which guys to not trade.
True.
Also, if you're going to go all in and give up guys that you don't really want to give up, then you better get the better relievers. Rodgers is fine, so I'm not knocking him. But instead of getting Helsley, maybe make a better package to go get Duran, the guy that the Phillies got. Also, Bader versus Mullins. Also, Luis Robert. The Mets didn't want to give up, I don't know, it was Vientos or Beatty, one of those two. They didn't want to give up.
You should be happy about that. Vientos found a stroke. Vientos hitting again. Yeah, you wouldn't want Luis Robert over Vientos?
No, I understand that, but I mean, they didn't value Vientos. They're going to probably look to trade him in the offseason. Now, who knows? Maybe he gets on a heater and he changes their mind. I'm just starting to question. I don't know if David Stearns knows what he's doing. That's my point.
Could I just point something out? You had 12 prospects traded for 4 players, 12 prospects, and none of them hit. Not one. But yet, Bader, like you said, could have been moved. They chose not to go that route. They had him before, but he's a better defender than both Taylor and Mullins, and he's been hitting. His numbers been crazy since he's been traded. Plus, everyone said there was no starting pitching available. One guy who was traded to Toronto.
Yeah, Bieber. Why couldn't the Mets go get him? Buy low and take a guy with potential. Dude, I'm telling you, Stearns had an awful trade deadline. And the point with all this is, to me, is that you need to try. To me, my priority, if I'm running the Mets, would be I am trying to make this team better now. And they try to thread the needle. All these teams, they get too smart. They try to thread the needle and say, well, I'm going to try to make us better now, but also hold on to guys that can make us better in the future and the value. No. I don't care about the value. I want to maximize what we can do now. Let everything else I'll worry about in the offseason.
86. It's been that long. So I get the mindset, but I got to tell you, I don't think that the Mets, I'm more with their philosophy than with you on this. because if they do things right, the Mets should be really good for a while. And I know, listen, Pete might not be here next year, but you don't know. And Lindor's not a kid. So there's things that we talk about this a million ways sideways here. Diaz, whatever, his contract's up soon, blah, blah, blah. But to me, like they are, you use the term thread the needle. I think the Mets threaded it perfect. They're going to be a playoff team. They called up their young pitchers. McLean looks like an absolute horse, okay, and like he should pitch the first game of the playoffs. So they've got a puncher's chance to mess around and at least get back to where they got to last year with the championship series without sacrificing a ton. You could trade Beatty this offseason. You could sign Grisham this offseason. You could do a lot of different things. Like now, if the Mets were wallowing and they never recovered from that very poor drop in play, and the Reds are 3 games up or 4 games up instead of what it is now, to me, what you're saying would feel more accurate. I don't want to say this should be unfair to Stearns, because I do think Stearns has made some mistakes. I don't see it the way you do with that. I think that they can still win this year, and holding on to the guys they value is smart.
BT and Sal on the Fan, 888-808-1019, the number to call right now. Let's get you updated. Here's Jerry Recco.
The home of Yankees radio is WFAN, WFAN-FM, WFAN-FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station. WFAN Sports Flash.
And this report brought to you by Cars for Kids. The Fan congratulates Cars for Kids on 30 years of changing lives. Over 1 million cars donated. More than 100,000 kids helped. Be part of the legacy. Donate your car today at carsforkids.org and join over 1 million satisfied donors. Jets and Steelers Sunday to kick off their 2025 seasons, and just days ahead of it. Reports say Jets guard Elijah Vera Tucker suffered a significant arm injury in practice that could require surgery. He is said to be seeking a second opinion. Mets and Tigers this afternoon, one more time from Detroit at 1:10. New York winning last night 12-5. Bunch of home runs hit, including a pair from Pete Alonso. But the story continues to be Nolan McLean, first Met pitcher to win his first 4 starts of his career. He went 6, struck out 7. He did get a lot of offensive help, though. Here was Carlos Mendoza, who loved the support.
Torrens getting that huge 3-run homer there with 2 outs. Beatty having a really good night again. Guys getting on base. Jeff, another good night. So I think it's just 1 through 9. It's a pretty good offense. Guys controlling the strike zone and then, doing damage when we have to.
Mets now 5 games clear of Cincinnati for the 3rd wild card and only a game behind San Diego for the 2nd wild card spot in the National League. Clay Holmes the start this afternoon. Tonight, Yankees and Astros again with Will Warren making the start. The Yankees beat the Astros 7-1. Jazz Chisholm homer twice. Trent Grisham the grand slam, and a solid start from Max Fried, who went 7 for the win. This report brought to you by Total Orthopedics. The experts are getting you back to being you. Total Orthopedics is Long Island's premier orthopedic practice. From simple sprains and broken bones to complex sports injuries, they are the experts at getting you back to being you. Total Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Visit TotalOrthoExpress.com today. 72 in Central Park. That's what's happening. I'm Jerry Recco on WFAN. Now streaming our podcasts on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Throws for the end zone. The home of the NFL on Westwood 1 is WFAN. Touchdown! The Cowboys take on the Super Bowl champion Eagles to kick off the 2025 season. 8:20 tomorrow night. Thursday Night Football. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
FanDuel is getting you ready for kickoff with an offer you won't want to miss. New customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. Pick a bet $5, and if it wins, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use all across the app. You can build parlays, bet player props, ride the live lines. Whatever your style, FanDuel has you covered. The NFL season is finally here. The only question is, are you ready to play? Visit FanDuel.com/Gio. That's G-I-O to download the FanDuel app today and get started. That's FanDuel.com/Gio. We just love the app around here. It's safe and secure. When you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official partner of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issues, non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, go 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Start your engines and your savings with Roto-Rooter. Download the Roto-Rooter app for exclusive discounts. Plus, enter to win the Speed Stakes VIP Race Day experience right from the app. You pick the race. We'll cover the tickets, flight, hotel, and race day cash. Plumbing problems? Trust the team that operates like a pit crew. Roto-Rooter for fast and reliable service. Get the Roto-Rooter app now and race towards big savings and maybe even the checkered flag. Click on Speed Stakes within the Roto-Rooter app for details.
Jets fans, it's time to get ready for kickoff. Be there for week 1 as your New York Jets take on the Pittsburgh Steelers at MetLife Stadium for the home opener at 1 p.m. on Sunday, September 7th, presented by Moody's. All fans in attendance will receive a Jets flag courtesy of Smirnoff. You don't want to miss the start of the 2025 regular season. Make sure to secure your seats now at nyjets.com/tickets. Once again, that's nyjets.com/tickets.
Fans, step up to the plate this summer with Primo Brands home water delivery at water.com. Whether you're hosting the big game or keeping the whole house hydrated, water.com brings your favorites. Poland Spring, Pure Life, and even Saratoga straight to your door. No heavy lifting, no last-minute store runs, just the refreshment you need when you need it. Signing up is easy. Pick your water, choose your schedule, and enjoy. Use code BASEBALL for 50% off your first order, plus free delivery. Stay refreshed all season long. Order now at water.com.
We're always talking New York sports on The Fan.
Our transportation, water, and energy infrastructure is critical. But did you know that those projects are built by the local 825 operating engineers and their contractors? They even built MetLife Stadium and the stadium before that. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employee Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the hardworking men and women who build New York and New Jersey.
You matter, and so does your well-being. If you're facing tough moments, struggling with anxiety, depression, thoughts of suicide, or substance use, help is here anytime you need it. Call, text, or chat 988 for free confidential support. New Jersey's 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here 24/7 for you or someone you love, with trained counselors who listen and care without judgment. You matter. Remember New Jersey's 988. A message from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
Powerball is now $1.3 billion. On Jackpocket, America's #1 lottery app, new customers opt in and get a free lottery ticket. Download the app and start ordering lottery tickets today. Use code DISCO on Jackpocket.
Gambling problem? In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. 18 or older. Jackpocket is a lottery courier and not affiliated with any state lottery. Eligibility restrictions apply. Opt in for $5 and non-withdrawable lottery credits that expire in 168 hours. Terms, jkpt.com/draw5.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
Sometimes life can keep you down with your face all in the dirt. Now if you feel that left behind, need to get up and go church.
BT and Sal back on The Fan. The BT and Sal Show on The Fan is presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Mets. I got something for you, BT, before we get back to the phones here, 888-808-1019.
Yo.
Something I've been sitting on for a week because it happened when we were both on vacation. And I wanted to see, I don't know if you saw this yet, but did you see Juan Soto? Well, actually, before I ask you that, I want to ask you this question. Who do you think is the leader/captain of the New York Mets?
I mean, everybody says it's Lindor, so I guess it's him.
Okay. Now, here's Juan Soto talking to the New York Post about Starling Marte.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, he's literally the leader of this team. I feel like he's actually the captain of this team. He's bringing everybody together. He's bringing the energy that we need. He's the guy who's been stepping up every single time. It doesn't matter what. This continues, quote, he's actually the real deal of the team. He's the model of the team. Everybody, when they want to talk and get to know something or have a conversation, they can go to him. He's actually the real deal.
Yeah, I mean, I've always liked Marte. He's been very injury prone. I'm not surprised by that. I mean, I'm surprised maybe he would verbalize it to that degree. I don't think he's taking a shot at Lindor. I'm sure look at Sal's eyes already bugging out.
I'm curious how you don't think that.
Not an intentional one. I think sometimes things, not that it was misconstrued, I think it was an attempt to prop up Marte more than it was to downgrade Lindor. That's what I take from that.
And maybe that's why this has not been made a bigger deal, because people think that. I think everybody's missing a boat. You guys got to do the math. I mean, it is right there for everybody to see in plain daylight. Quote, talking about Marte. Everybody assumes Lindor's the leader and captain of this team. Juan Soto is telling you he's not. Literally, quote, he's literally the leader of this team, referring to Marte. He's the real deal. He's actually the real deal, the model of this team. He said it multiple times, like, that to me is a direct shot. Like, you couldn't be any more pointed. Direct shot from Soto to Francisco Lindor. Now, is it the biggest deal in the world? No. Like, not everybody's got to love each other, but...
Well, so now there's Soto-Lindor beef?
Oh, no, I don't know if there's beef. I'm just saying that is a clear...
direct shot. I mean, to me, it's a direct... Like...
It's a direct shot.
I don't see it that way. I don't hear it that way. It doesn't read. That doesn't mean that I'm right.
Right.
To me, it's really just an attempt to let everybody know and illuminate the effectiveness of Marte and what he brings to the table. Not render Lindor a phony or a fake leader or not the guy. I just don't take it that. I don't.
I'm shocked. How?
Why?
If somebody said that about anybody other than Judge in the Yankee clubhouse, what would you think? Well, he's just trying to build up Ryan McMahon. They said McMahon's the real deal. He's the leader.
Well, first of all, Ryan McMahon's been here 2 months. Marte's been here. This is year number 4.
Yeah, well, pick a player.
And there's been evidence. Marte's always the guy who leads the pictures.
Right.
So that's why I'm not that surprised by that. And if you think about that, which was a really...
So then who's the real deal? Is Lindor the leader or is it Marte?
You know, and I'm not trying to dismiss it. I don't really care. What's it matter? The real deal. I mean, Marte's gone after this year. His contract's up. So if he's such the real deal, you better make sure you sign him. That don't let him leave. I mean, when are they? If it's Lindor's the captain, when are they going to give him the C? When he's 37 and he's walking out the door?
Well,
I mean, is he the captain or not?
Maybe he's not.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
that's a big deal.
No, but it doesn't mean, and again, I admit, I don't know that I'm right on this.
Right.
This is just how I'm interpreting Soto. I don't think there's an ounce of maliciousness there. Like, think about it. There's very easy things to... we saw Valdez last night cross up his catcher, and there's not a person with more than 2 brain cells that doesn't think that was intentional.
Right.
We all think it was intentional. Because he lit up and he gave up a grand slam. What happened before that? That's very easy to read. This is a little trickier. I don't know. I just don't know why Soto, who is on a roll, is comfortable. Mets are in a good spot. This was last week, you said, right?
Yeah.
But he's still hitting
the post had it, yeah.
All right. But why would he feel compelled to throw this smoke bomb in the middle of the Mets locker room intentionally?
Maybe he doesn't like Lindor.
But why?
Why he doesn't like him, I have no idea. But clearly, this is to me, I don't know how anybody could read this. And I'm sure you're not alone. What I'm saying is whoever's reading that and not taking it the way that I am is wrong.
Well, you can't say that it's wrong when it's your opinion. That's what you interpret. I don't interpret. So how am I wrong?
I'm not interpreting it. I'm reading it.
So am I.
Yeah.
Well, I'm listening to you read it.
But you also said that you thought Lindor's the leader of the team. Well, Juan Soto, a player on the team, is telling you he's not. And not only is he saying he's not, he's saying it. He's actually the real deal of the team. He's the model of the team. He's the real deal. He goes on to say that twice.
Let me ask you this.
He's literally the leader of this team. If you're Lindor, you would not be bothered by that?
If I had a great relationship with Juan Soto, I wouldn't be bothered by that. If I had one that was a little contentious, which I don't think that they have, I mean, geez. But if there was something, bubbling beneath the surface, Sal, and I'm Lindor, I'd probably feel like, wow, that was an aggressive slide. He's trying to play me publicly. Right. But if that's the case. But there's also something to be said for Soto just getting there. He's never played with Marte, right? Pittsburgh. No, he's never played with Marte. And him just being around an OG and being like, this is the unk. This is the guy. Like, there's an age, even though Lindor's not in his 20s.
Well, there is, and I don't want to get into this, but there is the Dominican, Puerto Rican
Yeah,
thing. It's a real thing in baseball.
I hear you. The WBC. I'm
just saying, the Dominican players, Puerto Rican players. I don't know the specifics.
But wasn't there also this thing like there was an issue? When was it? Was it Woodland? Like, well, we have like the McNeil. Like, was there a Puerto Rican white thing? Like,
no,
your teammates, or you're not.
Yeah, well, I mean, Lindor and McNeil also had like.
No, I know they had real
choked
friction.
them out.
No, but was it because of the different ethnicities?
No.
There was just a problem that happened between two guys.
I'm just saying that is a real thing, and so I'm not saying in this particular.
Yeah, I know you're not. You mean in baseball, just in general?
100% in baseball.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing.
Yeah, okay. So and then one player here is PR, one player here is DR. Maybe that's. I have no idea.
Well, then why was
I
there
didn't say it. He said it. No. I'm just I'm taking this as saying good God. For somebody, we all just assume Lindor is the leader of the team. Not according to Juan Soto. And not only not according to Juan Soto, it's not like, hey, Marte, because he did say this before. Marte helped me out here. And
he
absolutely
helped ingratiate him, like with the photos and the dugout.
This is different.
Synergy.
This is different. Quote,
it could be different. Go ahead, read it again. I know you love reading this.
This is the quote. I can't believe these quotes. This is like... These are... when I read this, I was like, holy crap, I wish I was on.
And by the way, I know, or at least I understand why you take some of that away. These words are biting if you believe that they were intentional, which I don't. But go ahead and read them again.
He's literally the leader of this team, talking about Starling Marte. I feel like he's actually the captain of this team. The whole thing was, Lindor's going to be captain, named captain. That is a boom, direct shot at Francisco Lindor, the captain of this team. He's talking about Marte, bringing everybody together, blah, 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 blah. Twice he says this. He's actually the real deal of the team, the model of the team. Everybody, when they want to talk and get to know something or have a conversation, they can go to him. He's actually the real deal. Those are words, dude, that, those words are not minced. They're not softened.
No, they're not. They're not, but it doesn't mean that they're intentional or that they're malicious. See, I hear it, and I hear a great compliment toward Marte. I don't hear a takedown hit job diss of Lindor. That doesn't mean that I'm right.
Right.
And by the way, if you go back, when you first asked me the question, and if you guys want to check this out, free Odyssey app, if you just jump it in here, BT and Sal, of course, you said, who do you think is the Mets leader? And if you listen to my response, I didn't punctuate, it's absolutely Francisco Lindor, there's no doubt. Everybody said he's going to be the captain. I mean, it was kind of like, I guess it's Lindor. Everybody says it's Lindor.
Right.
That was my response. So I never really stamped him. I kind of go with the wave of direction here or momentum because everybody for 3 years been telling me he's the captain.
Yeah, well,
it doesn't mean that he is the captain, but it also doesn't mean what Soto said means he's a bad guy or a bad leader or there's friction.
Yeah. I don't think that he's a bad guy or not the leader. Yeah, I'm just telling you what one of the players said, one of the prominent players said about the guy who everybody assumes is the leader.
Yeah.
I took that as a shot from Soto, direct shot at Francisco Lindor.
One more thing. So this was what day again? When was this said?
I don't know. I have it postmarked on 6 days ago, a week ago.
All right. So we were on vacation.
Yes.
Now, I worked last week, Monday and Tuesday. Then I was off the rest of the week. You worked Wednesday.
I think it was the event. It was after that.
Okay, so we've been on vacation. There hasn't been, even though we've been on vacation.
The 27th, so was that Wednesday that it came out off? That was the Wednesday.
Yeah, that Wednesday night.
Okay.
Yeah, Wednesday night.
Wednesday night.
Yeah.
So that night, that day I played golf. That night I had a football game, my son's game.
Off,
We were both off. Even when I'm on vacation, there is not a day that goes by that I don't jump into. So I don't tweet, but read, watch games, Yankees, Mets, New York Post, all the website. Like I do it every day. It's part of my routine. Even Christmas morning, I'll eventually get around. That's just what I do. The fact that this was a week ago and there hasn't been a peep about it since, doesn't that kind of tell you that it wasn't really meant to be that way?
It tells me that this is the honest truth.
I got you. Go ahead.
It tells me that people are clueless. That's what it tells me. Now, if I were on the next day, we would have led with it. We would have led with that, 100% led with that. We weren't. Now, I can't speak for everybody else, and maybe other people just read it and don't think a big deal of it. Mm-hmm. I'm reading in between the lines a little bit deeper into it. I'm also watching their interactions as I have from the beginning of the year throughout.
But be careful with the interactions because some of the interactions or some of the body language early from Juan Soto was setting off signals for some that he wasn't happy being a Met.
Correct.
Which has been disproven.
Right.
So I wouldn't get too wrapped up in, is he happy? Is there interaction? Is he talking to Marte more? I'm saying he can. Right. I just wouldn't attach absolute value to it because the first body language test of Juan Soto, he failed. And now he looks absolutely like he's the happiest guy in the world being a Met.
Hoff, did Evan do this on the Rico at all? I'm assuming he's done 15 Ricos since we were...
Yeah, it's funny because he didn't do it until I think it was this past Sunday. So he waited a couple days to do it as well.
Oh, he was off.
Well, but we do a Rico every freaking night. Okay. Do you know this guy?
Yeah, well, that is true. Well, I'm saying he was off radio, though, Thursday, Friday, I believe.
But he did it Sunday night, and he has similar vibes as you as well. It feels like there's something more
What do
there.
you think?
What do I think? To go out of his way to make a point about Marte being the leader where I know for a fact that Lindor, I feel like Lindor, it means more to him to be a captain, to be the leader of the team, to be the face of the team. So I feel like maybe there is something internal going on because I feel like it is kind of a direct shot at him. By saying somebody else is the true captain, it's kind of a shot.
I mean, the other thing, too, here is that sometimes, no matter who we anoint or what we try to position, sometimes people are just more naturally inclined to be what they are. Like maybe Marte's leadership is just easier. It comes more naturally, where with Lindor, all right, before Soto, best player, highest contract, tenured for a minute here. Right. Obviously, Pete's been here as well. But like it was he's in the middle of the infield. He plays hard. He's a pretty good ball player. He's got great energy. Fans love him now. Make him the captain. That doesn't mean that was the right choice.
Right.
Like the people's choice is not always the right choice.
Correct. He's not the captain.
No, they haven't named him captains. Evidently, they're not going to.
Maybe, well, who knows? Maybe he will be next year. I have no idea. Soto's not going to get to decide that, I wouldn't think.
No, but if you don't think about this, Soto just signed this monstrosity of a deal. If Soto really has an issue with Lindor, don't you think the Mets should be a little reticent stamping the guy that Soto just crushed, if you're right, the captain?
Maybe they are. I don't know. I have no idea what they're going to do, what they should. All I know is this. I'm siding with Soto. Like, if it meant getting rid of everybody else and keeping Juan Soto, that's what I'm doing, because I believe in him as a player, because I know what he's done, what he's capable of, all those different things. Doesn't mean he's the leader of this team. Doesn't mean they don't need Lindor and Alonso.
But it could mean his instincts are right. It could mean what he just said. Could mean.
Again, I don't know. I'm just going based off of what I read. And to me, if there was any kind of speculation about how those two were getting along from the start of the year, whatever, those quotes are pretty.
In black and white. Dude. I want to hear them. I'm going to actually search these because
I don't know because he spoke to the Post about it. I think it was Mike Puma.
Yeah, it was Puma. There's no audio.
No audio. You know why? Because think about when we had Boone on, okay, and he said what he said about Judge, and then Judge said what he said about Boone's response to us. And it's when you read it, it's like, wow, Judge, kind of just railroaded his manager. When you listen to the tone and the inflection, which to me is always important, like I've got to hear the way somebody says something. And when they say it, then I can have a better judgment. And I just think it got away from Judge, and he didn't mean it that way towards Boone. I'd like to have the evidence with Soto. If it was kind of like casual, that's one thing. If it was like stern, that's not. But I guess we don't have the audio.
And by the way, I don't think this is a huge deal as it pertains to the Mets and their success. I'm just saying that those were eye-popping quotes for me to read, and it is at least intriguing. It doesn't mean they're not going to win or have success. You don't have to, and not everybody has to love each other.
Reggie Nettles, Reggie and Munson. No, I hear you.
Go ahead.
The one thing I will say about Soto, we can go back to any quote which we've criticized, overanalyzed, him saying about I'm missing money on the table by not going to the All-Star game. We've killed him for things that he said. He's always been upfront about everything.
Yeah.
So
he doesn't hold any punches.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't take it that way. You guys do. We hear it different. We hear now. Listen, does it mean we maybe monitor a little bit more? Don't think your partner's not going to be looking at every interaction after a home run a little bit more closely. I mean, I will.
You watch, because I even noticed it the other day. Which home run was it? He said so many here recently. It was one the other day. I think it was at home. Yeah, it was at home. Soto hit one, and because now I am.
Yeah.
The antennas are even higher.
I'm going to jump in on it. Yeah.
And it was a simple. Yeah, it's just a simple like
low five
or whatever. Where everybody else
wasn't the whole dance routine.
I don't think he was in the picture. Yeah. Now again, they don't have to like it. I don't know if they like each other or not, but they don't have to and don't care.
Yeah.
Half the 86 Mets hated each other, whatever it may be, but you go out there and have success as a team, which the Mets are having. I just could not believe. Hey, it's refreshingly honest. I could not believe those quotes from Juan Soto. All right, BT and Sal on the Fan. Back to your calls on the other side, 888-808-1019.
All right. Hey, FanDuel's getting you ready for kickoff with an offer that you don't want to miss. New customers can bet $5 and get $300 back in bonus bets if you win. That's right. All you got to do, and it's football time, guys. Let's go. Pick a bet $5, and if you win, you unlock $300 back in bonus bets to use across all the different platforms on the app, whether it's parlays or player props or futures. You want to ride the live lines, a little dangerous, but when you win, it's awesome. You can do that as well. Whatever your style is, FanDuel's got you covered. So the NFL season is finally upon us. Tomorrow, opening night, week 1. The only question is, how are you going to play? Visit FanDuel.com/BT to download the app today and get going. That's FanDuel.com/BT. We love the app around here. It is safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid right away. FanDuel, the official partner of us here at WFAN, 21 plus, and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bet that expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. And if you need help with a gambling problem, please call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Baseball or football, WFAN runs the city. Yankees bats, Mets heat, Giants defense, Jets dreams. It's all here every day. The Fan, 101.9 FM and always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
We could tell you what it's like to drive the Nissan Rogue and tell you all about its performance capabilities, like its VC turbo engine. It's I can go virtually anywhere type of freedom. Nice. But you don't have to take our word for it. Go drive it for yourself. You're up. Experience the power of the Nissan Rogue.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Get 0% APR for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, or Murano. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. For well-qualified buyers, example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to Nissan Motor Acceptance Company credit approval, not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends September 30th, 2025.
Tune in for the Yankees' first pitch presented by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees.
It's time. Time for the pro to get everything for the job delivered. Large orders of lumber, doors, windows, paint, plumbing, anything the job needs, all from one partner. Get it today with same-day delivery. Get it tomorrow with next-day delivery on 50,000 plus products. Or get it on your timeline with scheduled delivery on everything from framing to flooring. It's time to get your whole job, all your jobs delivered. Ask about all our new delivery options at the Pro Desk. The Home Depot Pro, it's about time.
eBay has reinvented vehicle buying. From click to curb, everything's covered. Ever try to buy a car online and end up in a parking lot with a stranger and some blind trust? That era is over. Now with Secure Purchase, eBay isn't just where you find your car. It's where you buy it, start to finish. Title, financing, registration, delivery, it's all built in. This is the modern way to buy your next ride on eBay. eBay. Things people love. Secure Purchase is powered by Caramel Dealer Services, LLC, an eBay subsidiary.
For over 100 years, Sloman's has been your trusted partner in comfort. When it comes to home heating oil, they deliver more than just quality fuel. They deliver peace of mind. With price protection, automatic deliveries, and 24/7 service, their dedicated team is just a call away, ensuring you stay warm and comfortable all winter long. Sloman's, the Tri-State's largest heating oil provider, proudly serving their community for generations. Give them a call today at 866-GET-HEAT or visit oil.slomans.com.
Talk New York sports on The Fan.
Lunch was great. Greenwich Village is a fun spot.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's creoninfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
Get away to the Atlantic City in Waterboat Show. 4 days only, September 4th to the 7th at the Golden Nugget Marina. See the new boat models from all the major manufacturers. Buy $15 advance tickets at acinwaterboatshow.com. See you there.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Your cold is coming. Your cold is coming. When you feel a cold coming, shorten it with Zicam, the #1 cold shortening brand.
Oh, no, not before my big trip.
The big trip you've been planning is coming up, and so is your cold. But Zicam can shorten your cold and get you back to planning sooner.
Thanks, Revere.
We really should keep Zicam in the house.
Shorten your cold with Zicam.
Take it from America's most revered messenger. Shorten your cold at the first sign with cold shortening products from Zicam, the #1 cold shortening brand. Available in stores or see where to buy at Zicam.com.
Powerball is now $1.3 billion. On Jackpocket, America's #1 lottery app, new customers opt in and get a free lottery ticket. Download the app and start ordering lottery tickets today. Use code DISCO on Jackpocket.
Gambling problem? In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. 18 or older. Jackpocket is a lottery courier and not affiliated with any state lottery. Eligibility restrictions apply. Opt in for $5 and non-withdrawable lottery credits that expire in 168 hours. Terms, jkpt.com/draw5.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
ETL back on the Fan. 888-808-1009 is the number to call. We've been getting into some football, a little bit of baseball as well. We'll have Brian Baldinger coming up at 12:40. Supposed to have Baldy yesterday, so we'll have him coming up at 12:40 later on today. Let's get to the phones here at BT. 888-808-1019. Phil is calling from Westchester. What's up, Phil?
Hey, so 3 points right off the top. First off, the written word doesn't carry the same nuance that the spoken that speech does. So whatever you may be reading into this, you may just be doing that, and that's reading into a clubhouse that's otherwise fine. The second thing is that this team is far, far better with Marte in the lineup than without. There's clearly a difference when he's part of the lineup, and it's nice to see him contributing. And third, and this is something I just really don't understand is, you're talking about Lindor being the team captain, and I know I'm in the minority here, but, it's like here you've got a $34 million player, and, he doesn't play any other position. And from a business standpoint, you've got other options. To me, he's like the Nomar Garcia power of the team. And, again,
I don't know.
I know I'm in the minority.
But I don't know what you mean by that last part. I understand the first two parts. What do you mean he doesn't play in any other position? I don't understand what you're talking about.
Well, you've got other options in Mauricio and Acuna, who you can move around the left side of the diamond. And beyond that, they cost you a lot.
Are you talking about Lindor?
Yeah.
Okay, saying what?
Yeah, and I've never seen anybody in this town get the pass that Lindor gets. I mean, you go after Soto, but you don't go after Lindor with the same fervor that you go after the other players on the team.
Hold on a second. Who's going after Soto? I'm sorry, Phil. I don't know why you're not answering that, but nobody's going after Juan Soto. We're reading quotes from a story that happened a week ago that were quotes from Juan Soto about his relationship with Starling Marte. That's it. B, people, specifically you, BT, have gotten on Francisco Lindor.
Sure.
So, yeah, I don't know where you get that Lindor has gotten a pass.
Oh, and by the way, Sal, kudos to him for throwing in Nomar's name to further confuse us.
Yeah, what?
That was a weird one. I mean, listen, is it... If you want to tell me that Lindor, I mean, I can't even really rationalize it. I think there was a point where Lindor got knocked around left and right. And some of it was fair, and some of it, and I've owned some of it, was a little bit off the mark. And, I was able to, say I may have missed some things there, but I don't really know what he's talking about there. I don't.
Me neither. And this is a very simple.
Like
nobody's saying there are clubhouse issues. Nobody's saying that at all. This is a very simple. How do you read those quotes from Juan Soto? To me, it was a shot at Francisco Lindor. To you didn't see it that way. It was just propping up Starling Marte.
Definitely. But think about this. But if it was a shot, if you're right, and it was a shot at Lindor, well, now eventually we could have a clubhouse issue.
I don't know about that, because I think we could take shots. Like, people on the same team can take shots at each other and be okay with it.
Star players doing it to each other is pretty rare. I mean, not that it never happens, but when it does happen, there's generally a fracture that leads to a breakup. You don't really see that.
Well, I mean, neither guy's going anywhere, so they're not breaking up.
If one of the guys is going to go, it's going to be Lindor more so than Soto.
Yeah,
Soto's not going anywhere. No, he's not going anywhere either.
That's what I mean.
That's why I don't think it's nearly as contentious or that he meant it that way. I would love to hear from Puma because he's the one who asked the question, right?
Right. I believe it was Puma, yes.
If it was Mike from the Post and there's no video, there's no audio. Again, the tone and the inflection to me matters, and what the follow-up was. I mean, this little tiny PR bomb was dropped in the middle of the Mets clubhouse, and nobody followed up? I mean, do we still have a New York media if that's the case?
Maybe nobody thinks it's a big deal.
I don't think it's a big deal, but still, to not follow up is interesting.
Elvin is calling from Elizabeth, New Jersey. What's up, Elvin?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for taking the call.
All right, buddy. What's happening?
With the whole Soto stuff, and I hate to do this because I'm a stat guy and you can't really quantify it, but it's reality. Had he been from any other country besides the Dominican Republic, I'm with you, BT. I'd say, you know what, I pay it no mind. But there is this true living rivalry between Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic. I'm half Puerto Rican.
Mm-hmm.
My wife's Dominican.
Gotcha.
When the World Baseball Classics come in, they could be 0-2 each team. If they're facing each other, it is going to be a bloodbath. Soto's looking out for his guy. Marte's Dominican. There might not be malice in the sense of he's trying to disrupt the clubhouse.
Yep.
But 100%, like I said, I hate to be the guy who brings it up. You can't quantify it. It is 100% between the two countries.
Yep.
And I'll give you one more.
Elvin, hold on. I'm going to let you finish here. But you can't say it's 100% and then prior to that say you can't quantify it because that's not consistent.
No. I know what you mean. And it's not always, but there's certain times where your innate nature just comes out and you favor your countrymen over another.
Mm-hmm.
A quick little reference.
Yep.
And Devers made it easy. But I have all these conversations with my wife's family, and they truly believe that if Devers had been Puerto Rican, Cora would have been a little more, hey, let me work with this guy.
Huh.
But there is an animosity. It's real. It's a way of life. It's unfortunate. But I think some of that is behind what Soto said, and I'm 100% with Sal. There is something going on there, and it could be just something as simple as the rivalry between how you were brought up and what country you're from. That's just
I don't think, and again, Elvin, and thank you for the call.
It's a good perspective. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, I think that was well said and level-headed. And this is not, oh no, there's a fracture in the clubhouse and this is bad. It's not that at all. It was just, to me, eye-popping to read those quotes from Soto, he does speak his mind, but usually kind of reserved.
Yes.
And that to me was over the top to try to get it out there that he believes Marte is the leader, which if everybody else thinks that Lindor's the leader and captain, maybe Soto wanted to send a different message.
It was over the top. But again, to me, it was over the top in him being effusive in his praise for Marte and not effusive in trying to denigrate Lindor.
The other thing what I would say is Marte can't go anywhere. He may be a free agent, but if he means that much to Juan Soto...
hey, if Juan Soto needs Marte to hold his hand to have a big season,
not to hold his hand to have a big season.
Where was Marte last year?
Remember with Soto, my whole thing was he's got to be comfortable. He's got to be himself. If Lindor leads the way but wants to do something that Soto doesn't feel comfortable doing,
we talked about this. Yeah, we talked about it.
I want Soto to be himself.
Yeah.
So if Marte helps Soto be himself, now I know it's the first year and that's the most important, so maybe they can move on next year, whatever, but I want Soto to be as comfortable as possible. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay, so maybe here's a solution. Maybe if Mendy doesn't, kick Manaea and sang it to the bullpen the rest of the season, maybe Marte could become the manager.
Yeah,
he could be around every day.
At least be an assistant. All right, BT and Sal on the Fan. 888-808-1019 is the number to call.
Yeah, we'll get those calls. You got a little something, Sal, right?
I do. Guys, by now you've heard me talk about Collars & Co., makers of the dress collar polo. They've already sold over 1 million of these amazing shirts. Well, Collars & Co. just came out with a new Maverick Performance Blazer. This blazer is sharp and wrinkle-resistant, so you can travel anywhere with it. Just throw it in your bag, and it will remain wrinkle-free. It even comes with security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So visit collarsandco.com and check them out today.
By the way, we got a little 3RQ coming up next. We'll get back to the phones. Hey, Total Orthopedics is Long Island's premier immediate orthopedic practice. Whether it's a sports-related injury or something a little more complex, Total Ortho has locations throughout the island with diagnostic equipment that's right on site. Now, Total Ortho Express offers 4 convenient walk-in services, no appointment necessary, from the field or sports court straight to a top-rated walk-in orthopedic doctor. Visit TotalOrthoExpress.com. That's TotalOrthoExpress.com, because time doesn't heal wounds, they do.
It's Keith McPherson at night on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
As a manager, getting to know his potential closer, I'm pretty sure this guy's going to get the first crack at it. He let this guy go out and finish the job, and I'm telling you, that type of stuff the team can build off of.
Listen to Keith McPherson on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Maggie Gray with an Odyssey Sports Minute. Deion Sanders isn't here for your Monday morning coaching critiques. After Colorado's season-opening loss, Coach Prime defended his staff, not using timeouts, and pretty much everything except the scoreboard. He said the team had the plays, they just didn't make them. Freshman quarterback Juju Lewis will get snaps this week. But the real question is, how many more press conferences will Prime spend explaining why things went sideways? I'm Maggie Gray.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text BEACH to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text BEACH to 42424. That's BEACH to 42424.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
Sunshine, a few clouds, high 78.
Weather brought to you by Robert Half. Our recruiters' expertise and award-winning AI will find you the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
Looking for Michelin tires at the guaranteed lowest price? Get to Town Fair Tire. Michelin's innovative technologies are designed for durability and performance over any of the toughest road conditions, so you can trust you're getting the highest quality tires. And Town Fair's been a name you can trust since 1967. Now with over 120 locations and still growing, because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Some things are hard to commit to, like learning how to surf or saving for a family vacation. But one commitment that's easy, switching to Fios Home Internet with a 5-year price lock guarantee. That means 5 great summers of fast, reliable internet at the same low price. All with the Fios 1 gig internet plan. Plus no hidden fees or equipment charges. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today. Price guarantee applies to base monthly rate only for new and existing My Home customers.
The U.S. Open Tennis Championships are underway. And you can still get in on the excitement. Purchase a $25 grounds pass to experience the Finals Fan Fest on September 6th and 7th. It includes new viewing parties in Louis Armstrong Stadium, a live DJ, special guests, and sneak peeks at celebrity arrivals. Don't miss out on experiencing the energy of the U.S. Open Finals. Get tickets now at usopen.org. Spectacular awaits.
Get ready for more BT and Sal on the Fan.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Let's go!
You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Lowe's knows that no matter your paint project, saving is at the top of your list. That's why when you shop today, you can buy one, get one free. Select Valspar and HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams. One coat coverage interior paints via rebate. Shop these deals in-store or online today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Offer valid 8/21 through 9/3.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
A good question. 3 random questions.
Let's find out.
With Brendan Tierney and Sal Licata.
1, 2, 3.
On the Fan.
All right, 3 random questions sponsored by the Rothenberg Law Firm. Injured? Visit injurylawyer.com. Number 1, can you stay in a work fantasy league if you no longer work at that place? So let's say, for example, you were in a fantasy league at the other place or San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think you can. Yeah, I think you can for sure.
But it's a work fantasy league.
Yeah, it is. It's rooted in work, but I think if you are legitimately friends with a bunch of people that are in it and they want you to stay and they like you, then I would have no issue with that. Why? Who's on the outskirts? Who's about to get booted here?
No, nobody. I was just thinking about, I'm not even in the fan league here. I used to be, and then I left. I don't know if I quit before that or what, but some people were in it that haven't worked here in 15 years.
Yeah.
Probably still. Half, are you in the WFAN football fantasy league?
No, I quit it.
You did quit it. Okay, but I remember for you, are you in is there a baseball league here?
I'm in the baseball one, yeah.
And is that an Evan thing, or is that?
It's an Evan, but it was really a WFAN, but now we just went through it. There's 14 teams, like 7 people are it's still working.
Right, so it to me, it ruins the point of, you're right, BT, and like, oh, we like this guy and we don't want him to be out of it.
Yeah.
But then what about the new people who are working in that place? I feel like it should be people, if you have a work league, whether it's SNY, WFAN, whatever other, like it should be specific to the people that work there.
Well, you'd be better than Manfred because you're far more decisive in how to run a league. That's for damn sure. So, advantage Licata out of the chute there. The thing, too, is, listen, I don't think you really need it, but I will side with you in this regard. Part of the thing and part of the great appeal of doing one of these leagues here, whether you're a teacher and you do it at school or you're on the radio, you do it here, is you talk smack when you see each other every day. The day-to-day, oh, hey, I got Tyreek Hill going tonight. I need 15 points. You're going down. Like, that is part of the chemistry and the energy of doing it. So I'm not saying it's ideal if 3, 4, 5 people were in it, then they leave and they stay in it, but I wouldn't have as big a problem as some.
Yeah, it's part of the fun. We were going over that. Well, that's how I've been in and out of the league, and there was times when Moose and I were partners, and then we stopped. I could
never be partners with anybody.
Co-GMs? That's hard, too. And I've been reading a lot of these. I had a draft last night, and I was reading some of the, doing the prep work. Like, they recommend you have a co-manager, for different moves, because you can't, like, to me, I used to have 3 teams, right? That was my max. When I started setting my alarm for 2 a.m.
For waivers?
Oh, dude.
Get out of here.
That's where I was like, you know what, Sal, I think it's time you dial it back a little bit. So I'm in one league, non-work league, not SNY, not the Fan.
Okay.
But always this time of year, I start to get excited about being back in the league. The camaraderie, like we were talking about at SNY. Here, we don't even have one, I don't think, to Hoff's point. So I don't even know. But I think you do need to be working at that place to be a part of the work league.
The other thing that you need, and it gets tougher and tougher admittedly here, is that you've got to draft with at least a few guys on site. Like, to me, the fun part is not sitting by myself in my home that I'm in every day with my family, but either, going to Atlantic City or going on a golf trip or going to somebody's basement or drafting on somebody's deck. Like, you got to hang out and you got to draft together. That's the camaraderie.
Yeah. I mean, I've done a couple of live drafts in my time. Yeah, I don't know if I liked it. Now it's just too much of a pain in the neck to get out of the house for 3 hours.
Yeah.
All right, second one. We mentioned this before. I went to the zoo last week with Sammy at the Turtleback Zoo.
Love that place.
Do you like going to the zoo?
I do. I absolutely love it. I love animals. I love nature. I just sometimes get lost, whether it's Discovery or some sci-fi, whether it's, animals hunting each other or even like some of these Alaskan shows where you've got to like the survival tactics. I am incredibly intrigued by the wilderness and how animals interact with one another. So when I could get near them and not be in danger, like at the Turtleback Zoo, I think it's awesome. I love it.
My issue is, I guess, let's go see the bear, and the bear's in hiding. He's not there. You can't see
He's
him.
playing peekaboo.
Yeah, we literally didn't see the bear. I maybe saw his snout. Yeah, no, I'm more likely to see him when I take out my garbage at night in
That's
Jersey
true.
than I am to see him at the zoo.
Yeah.
And it's not just him. It's the other animals, too, that maybe don't want to partake in. And I also feel bad for the animals. You're into the nature, right? All that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
These animals do not want to be caged up.
Are you kidding me? They got life by the short ones, dude. Would you rather be roaming the plains in Africa or Australia?
If that's your nature.
And every day you're trying to get hunted down by an enemy, like a pack of wolves or a pride of lions or
being
hyenas
caged
who
in?
travel in 20, 30 deep. I mean, it's rough.
You'd rather be caged in?
Dude, I'd rather get watered,
Not
massaged, fed.
Like hunting is a part of their nature, and they can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I wouldn't want to do that as I'm a young teenager, and I want to sow some oats before I get sent to the Turtleback Zoo.
The poor ponies who just the ponies just look like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. Remind them okay, another ride.
The ponies are a little different because they well, listen, you can make everybody needs to roam and run and engage in their habitat there. But I do feel bad for the horses because, I mean, one of the most beautiful things is watching a horse run.
Yeah.
The gallop, the smooth gallop. The one thing I don't care about zoos, and even if I see this like on TV, I've grown to become a little more intrigued by snakes, but birds, I mean, I can't be more bored by birds.
Birds, okay.
Oh, God,
yeah, I can see that. That's the exhibit that you just kind of fly by. All right, last one for you. What color, and I want everybody to partake in this before I give you my answer. I'm going to ask one simple question, and I want you guys to answer this. What color is a tennis ball, BT?
It's a fluorescent lime green.
Huff?
I was going to say like a neon yellow.
Dove?
I go neon green.
Yeah, I think it's green, but I didn't even know that this was a thing. Like my whole life, apparently there's something like males, the majority of males think that it's green and the majority of females think that it's yellow. I heard somebody talking about this yesterday.
Thank you.
I'm just telling you. But my whole life, I mean, I never really gave it a thought, but I always just assumed a tennis ball was green. Like,
it's one of those studies that scientists did, like human behavior. And
I've never heard of this conversation before ever until yesterday. I happened to be eavesdropping on. I was like, okay, well, that's a good 3RQ. I, to me, just assumed forever tennis ball is green. I never gave it any thought.
Yeah.
And now I was thinking about it. Yeah, like, okay, it looks like. But then if I ask you, what color is the lemon lime Gatorade?
The lemon lime Gatorade, I feel like that's got more of a yellowish tint to it.
I think that's yellow, but you yourself said you think the tennis ball is green.
But I also said like fluorescent, I know it's not quite green like St. Patty's Day.
I'm with you. Dove, you said green as well?
Correct. And now I see it's chartreuse.
Hop, you said yellow. Is that chartreuse? Can you look up if there is anything on this about?
It says it's an optic yellow.
So what are you talking about, Dove?
It's the shade between yellow and green.
And what's it called, Dove? Chartreuse?
It's sometimes referred to as chartreuse.
How do you spell that? Seriously.
S-H-A-R-T?
Yeah.
No.
Anyway.
Chartreuse.
C-H-A-R-T.
That's not a real color.
Almighty, Huff.
Yeah. I never thought to even ask that.
You're such an idiot. Then.
Some people say fluorescent yellow.
I'm not good at spelling.
It's hitting me harder and harder as I'm going further and further away from it, you lunatic.
I do think it's green. All right. Anyway, that does it for I never thought that.
I think it's green.
I don't know if that was like a, the dress years ago, like the optical illusion thing.
Yes, there's certain things like you look at it like, I know they have one with Jesus or one with like certain things like you look at this and I see that and you see this or... Yeah, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, we're all twisted. It doesn't matter. Yellow, green, boy, girl, man, woman. All of our minds are pretty much warped at the end of the day.
Hoff, you have some news here?
Yeah, nothing terrible yet. I mean, I don't know. You guys tell me. Mendoza, the weekend starters. Friday, David Peterson.
Tong, Saturday.
Sunday, TBA.
Yeah.
They're supposed
to... 2 spots, Senga?
Sprotsky?
Well, I think it's supposed to be Senga, but I believe everything's open and potentially minor stint. potentially. There's a possibility of that. And Mania,
What does the minor season? Say that again.
Mania thinks Sunday. I mean Monday. Sorry, Monday for Mania.
He said that.
I read that somewhere that Mania potentially starts on. Who had? I think what's his name? Puma had it.
So to me, and we talked about this, if the Mets run Kodai Senga out there, they're out of their mind. He cannot pitch.
Wouldn't waste my time.
Yeah, go get him right in the minors or whatever. But when does the minor league season end? Is there even minors to?
Yeah, there should be playoffs going on in September. Not too deep into September. It should be going on now. We're just about ready. I know, like the independent circuits ended. I know that stuff, but soon.
If Senga's going to pitch in the postseason, it should be in the minor league postseason, not in the major league postseason. Yeah. Get him right. Get him out of the rotation. The easy thing to do would be call up Brandon Sproat. So you have Peterson Friday, Tong Saturday. It should be, I'm saying what it should be. I don't know what it's going to be. Yeah. It should be Sproat Sunday. And then if they're going to give Mania another turn, I mean, I don't.
He said the scheduled day is Monday. That's what Puma said.
You can't take everybody out. So Sunday right now is TBD. Monday would be Mania's scheduled day. You can't take multiple guys out. Where's Tyler McGill? I know he just had a rehab start last night, right?
Yeah, he's still in the minors.
You don't want McGill to start, do you?
I can't watch the other guys. So I would move.
I'd roll Mania back out one more time before I give
enough.
McGill a start. Tyler McGill.
I'm just saying, BT, you can't take everybody out, and I want Mania in the pen eventually.
I know, we said that yesterday.
Would it kill them if they had him start Monday?
Yeah.
No.
Well, here's the thing, too. I did see it was like a potential look ahead, obviously. Rainouts, whatever. Things could impact this. You might get McLean and DeGrom next Friday night.
Friday against the Rangers, right? That would be September.
McLean,
they have the alumni game is that Saturday, the 13th,
Shea
so the
versus
12th,
City.
Yeah. All right, McLean versus
DeGrom. If there's no rainouts and no skips or no reschedulings, how sick would that be?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's advantage Mets.
Yeah. Well, I mean, DeGrom's still pretty filthy, brother.
Yeah. BT,
just one more thing, too. Puma put out there that Senga
punched Lindor.
Yes, in the junk. Senga is willing to accept a minor league assessment.
Oh, see, that's interesting.
Oh, well, no, sorry. Well, they'll know by Friday, if you will. I'm sorry about that. I read that wrong.
Right. I mean,
but that is interesting that we even come up.
Well, no, I think it has to because you've got to, as you said, everything's got to be on the table. Yeah. So that's kind of in line with, and I agreed. Like, I'm not running this guy back out. You got to fix him before you throw him out here in a pennant race. He looks absolutely busted and broken. But I want to see if he accepts this. Like, who the hell do you think that you are not to accept this? You look so substandard right now that you better accept this and go and fix yourself.
Right, but it's just interesting. Like, usually those things would be definitively, like, once they decide to say he's going to go down to the minors, he's out of the rotation, and we're not going to put him in the bullpen. We told him to go down to the minors. He either accepts or doesn't. Like, instead of, we'll know by Friday if he accepts it. Why would we know by Friday?
Well, that's a good point, but what really matters is what the Mets are thinking, and the fact that what they're telling you with that is that he's not pitching.
Right.
Like he's either going to go to the minors and accept it, or he's not going to pitch.
Yeah.
So either way, it looks like you're going to get what you want.
Do the math. I mean,
he's not pitching.
The Mets aren't fools here. They know that they can't run him out there
right now.
Yet again. All right, BT and Sal on the Fan. We'll come back, get to your calls, reset down with the king topic of the day, 888-808-1019.
There's a line drive right field. That ball is hammered.
The Yankees and Astros play ball. 8:10 tonight. Driven by Jeep.
That was an extraordinary play.
Susan Waldman and Dave Sims call all the play-by-play. The home of Yankees baseball is the Fan. 101.9 FM and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Hey, FanDuel is getting you ready for kickoff with an offer you won't want to miss. New customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. Pick a bet. Bet $5, and if it wins, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use all across the app. You could build parlays, bet player props, ride the live lines, whatever your style, FanDuel has you covered. The NFL season is finally here, and the only question is, are you ready to play? Visit FanDuel.com/Boomer to download the FanDuel app today and get started. That's FanDuel.com/Boomer. Now, we all love the app around here. It is safe, secure, and when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official partner of WFAN.
21 and over and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issues, non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, go 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Town Fair Tire is Connecticut's largest name brand discount tire dealer. We give you the guaranteed lowest prices on all name brand tires and honor all manufacturers' rebates. We even honor our competitors' rebates. With over 100 stores from Connecticut through New England and an inventory of over 600,000 tires, you'll always get the right tire at the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Lowe's knows that free makes everything better. That's why rewards members get free standard shipping starting at Silver Key or Gold Pro status. Not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/shipping. Terms subject to change.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Powerball is now $1.3 billion. On Jackpocket, America's #1 lottery app, new customers opt in and get a free lottery ticket. Download the app and start ordering lottery tickets today. Use code DISCO on Jackpocket. Gambling problem? In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. 18 or older. Jackpocket is a lottery courier and not affiliated with any state lottery. Eligibility restrictions apply. Opt in for $5 and non-withdrawable lottery credits that expire in 168 hours. Terms, jkpt.com/draw5.
Tune in to the BT and Sal Show weekdays from 10 to 2 on The Fan. Presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac is the official luxury vehicle of the New York Mets.
Wake up with Boomer and Gio. Mornings 6 to 10 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
WFAN Sports Flash.
Good afternoon. At 12 o'clock, I'm Andrew Bogish. Still no further details, just the initial reports that Elijah Vera Tucker has suffered a potentially serious arm injury. A large chunk of his season may be in jeopardy. The current assumption is that the Jets will shift Joe Tippmann to guard and insert Josh Myers at center. This would be the third extended absence of Vera Tucker's young career, and the issue comes with AJT heading towards his first big money deal. The Jets don't have practice or media availability today, so we might not hear anything official from them until tomorrow. One more for the Mets in Detroit, going for the sweep in an hour with Clay Holmes on the mound. The Mets gained a half game on the idle Phillies last night, while the Reds fell 5 games back at that last wild card spot. Of course, as usual, today's actions on Odyssey Mets Radio, and one more 8-10 start for the Yankees in Houston. Will Warren, Jason Alexander on the mound for that one here on the Fan. Fan weather sponsored by Robert Half. At Robert Half, they found that 67% of companies want to increase contract talent. That's why their recruiters' expertise and award-winning AI work quickly to find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today. It's 72 degrees, partly sunny in Central Park, and that's what's happening. Sports flashes, top of every hour. I'm Andrew Bogish.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey iHeart.
On the Fan, 888-808-1019, the number to call. We are down with the king topic of the day. We got a couple of things for you. Started the show, BT, with the unfortunate news about Elijah Vera Tucker having a significant injury. I know he's going to seek a second opinion and potentially have to have surgery on it, but it does not sound good for AVT, who once again is hurt. For me, it's more about him and his disappointing career because he's always injured versus the Jets and their expectations. Obviously not what you want going into week one.
I don't mean to sound callous, but I'm less concerned about his future endeavors and his individual accomplishments accomplishments than I am the Jets actually getting off the mat and being a decent product. And without him, that obviously takes a bit of a dent here. Listen, we know how they're going to try to win, and that's going to try to run the ball down everybody's throat here. So without AVT, you're going to start shifting guys around. They were already a little loose on Tippmann at center. It's why they brought Myers in. So there's a way to obviously do this here, but now the appeal of having Membu on the right side with AVT is that he would help ease the transition of the top 10 pick this year out of Missouri. Now without AVT, it complicates the rookies transition. The Jets offensive line got a lot weaker today, which means their team got weaker.
Yeah, and look, I think that Glenn is going to be able to handle this type of adversity. We're going to find out early on, moving guys around, just a margin for error. You mentioned that. We talked about that earlier as well. The margin for error becomes far less now, where you're ready to lose a guy before game action, but it's a guy that's always hurt. So yeah, they're still going to be able to run the football, and Justin Fields is so good at running the football that you don't need a good offensive line to pass down, throw balls down the field. Sure, that's a different story. To run with Braylon Allen, Breece Hall, yeah, that's going to hurt not having Vera Tucker. Justin Fields' running game will not be impacted by the offensive line. So that, to me, is still an advantage.
I don't agree with that. I wish I did. I don't. I think there's all interconnected. Listen, there's an unspoken chemistry. We all just kind of know you need it. But we don't really waste time talking about chemistry on the O-line because it's boring on the radio, and none of us played offensive line at that level where we could really quantify him. But when guys are in rhythm and playing together and have the skill sets necessary to be an above average to elite offensive line, it absolutely would have made Justin's life easier, whether it's a blind hit. Well, actually, it wouldn't be a blind hit. It would be in front of him on the right side. But it's going to complicate things here. Now, he's a dynamic enough athlete where he can still make you miss a little bit, get in the open field, but the running backs, I don't think that, Breece Hall has good vision at all. I don't like his vision. I think he's very limited from a vision perspective. Again, it's dispiriting. I mean, here I am all summer talking about the Jets going to run it down everybody's throat. They'll still look to run, and they'll still run. They just won't run as much and as well as I thought that they would.
But
really as they need to.
But if they are built as well as, some think on the offensive line and running the football, one guy going down shouldn't blow that whole thing up. Could it make it a little more challenging? Sure, but the whole plan did not revolve around AVT.
No, okay, but I'm going to use a baseball analogy, and it really might not be perfect because, like, the sixth inning guy doesn't really necessarily need to work in concert with the seventh inning guy. Just do your job in the sixth, and the seventh guy will do his job, and then get to Diaz where you get to whomever in the back end. But from a football perspective, I really do think it's the exact opposite. But, like, to me, say if I want to take somebody who's really, and not Diaz or not Bednar. Take somebody that is like in the eighth inning role. Devin Williams, if he's right, or Bednar, whatever, and he gets hurt. The Yankees would still have a good bullpen, but it would absolutely negatively impact their ability to, I think, maybe win a championship.
Right.
I'm not saying the Jets would do that. That's why it's a ridiculous analogy to begin with. But
you
to
also
close out games,
you could avoid a bullpen arm. You can't avoid, you have to start a backup line.
Yeah, that's why it's a loose translation. I just think they're all interconnected. It stinks. It's a brutal way. And I saw this when I was walking past Boomer and Gio's studio today. I was in an awesome mood. And I got in a good mood because obviously you got to plow past it. But I'm like, damn, it's Wednesday. I'm so excited for this game with the Steelers and to watch the Giants too. But not the way I wanted to start my football Wednesday, Sal.
WFAN NFL football is powered by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store today. We also talked about the return of Aaron Rodgers, where I think it was the morning show talking about maybe Aaron Rodgers getting booed by Jet fans. That does not make any sense to me. The emotions that you would feel toward Aaron Rodgers, I don't understand how anybody could come up with boos. Frustration of the disappointing 2 seasons, sure, but it's not his fault. Robert Saleh returns. You want to boo him? All for it. Go ahead. Do what you got to do. Booing Aaron Rodgers to me would be ridiculous from the Jet fans.
Let me get this straight here, Sal. So, because I agree, it would be ridiculous, though there's going to come a pretty strong sense of venom from the Jet fans that are in their own building, because that's another story that we got to get to later. How many Steeler fans are invading anyway, to me, understand that Aaron Rodgers willingly, he could have gone to the Raiders or somewhere else. He willingly, like so few others before him, wanted. Who the hell wants to go to the Jets? Like, who actually says, I want to go there? He did. And he got hurt. And oh, yeah, by the way, he left a decent amount of money on the table to give the Jets some wiggle room to build up the roster and do some other things. I get it, guys. It didn't work out. 4 plays in, Kelly snaps. All right, a me guy going on McAfee and maybe subverting some messaging from his head coach and being very egotistical and a little self-absorbed. Fine. What quarterback, what pro athlete's not? You tell me Tom Brady didn't flex behind the closed doors in New England? And I don't mean this as dish. You tell me Boomer didn't do that with Cincinnati? That's what great quarterbacks or really good quarterbacks do. They run the show. They run the building. So for you to boo a guy who tried to resurrect the Jets, to me, you're just colossally missing the mark. And I think it's weak.
Yeah, if anything, I would lean toward cheering. But even that, to me, you don't need to cheer
No,
either.
I'm not cheering either.
Yeah,
I'm
because
just fairly benign.
Yeah, but I do respect the fact that he came in here, embraced the challenge, talked a good game, all that stuff. Unfortunately, he got hurt. BT and Sal and the fan, our friends at Town Fair Tire, remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Gordon's calling from San Diego. What's up, Gordon?
How you doing? Yeah. I'm booing. $49 million in dead cap over 2 years. I've been a fan for 15 years. Bleed green. I don't know, man. I mean, he's going to be preparing all week to kick our ass. So, I mean.
Well, I got you.
You got to pull him.
Yeah, you've been hanging on hold for a while, so I want to at least talk to you for a second here. So I get it, and that's your prerogative. I wouldn't do that, but to me, shouldn't booing come from a lack of effort or engagement or sloppiness or hustle, like a Gleyber Torres at times, or other or Cano at times with the Yankees? Like the guy tried his best. I know that sounds overly simplistic and almost like a loser. Oh, we tried, but the guy really did try. I don't understand the boos. I just don't.
I mean, he's going to be wearing black and gold. I mean, we booed Tom Brady, who's a bigger effort. I mean,
okay, so
you can't just.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we get that he's the opponent, but
he's
that's
the
not
Jets' enemy.
Yeah, that's not the idea. And Tom Brady destroyed the Jets for years, so there's understanding when you're going to boo him or the Patriots, the sight of that Patriots helmet or uniform. That's totally understandable. The idea of booing Aaron Rodgers specifically when he takes the field because of anything that happened here, that's where, and thank you for the call, Gordon.
Correct.
That's where we have an issue. I'm not saying you got to root for Aaron Rodgers to have success. I'm not saying you got to cheer Aaron Rodgers. The idea that you'd go out of your way to boo. Would you boo Justin Fields or Russell Wilson if they were coming in to quarterback the Pittsburgh Steelers?
No. No, you boo you generally, Jet fans don't boo, and Giant fans don't boo the opposition unless it's like a Giants, Eagles, Giants, Dallas
Yeah,
thing.
whatever.
But you boo when the Jets look like ass.
Yeah.
That's when you wake up and you shower them with negative, energy because
Brady,
we're disgusted.
Yeah, but like if you're gonna boo Brady because
or Belichick,
that's what I'm saying. Like that, you understand. You mentioned it with the Eagles and Cowboys.
Yes,
like,
you got to wear something for 20 years. Like even like Big Papi or Pedro. Like I think Big Papi was more. Both probably more out of respect, but. And there's different degrees of booing. There's booing because you can't stand somebody. There's booing somebody because you can't beat them and you feel like it's your only recourse and you're jealous. Honestly, the guy tried to do the right thing and it didn't work. And that's, even if I was 20, like I'm trying to go back to my craziest point when I first started going to Jet games. I would not feel that way. I really wouldn't, Sal.
Like the idea that Aaron Rodgers is the one to blame because of the Jets. And I think a lot of people do feel that.
I know.
But the idea that he's the one to blame that the Jets failed to deliver. Come on.
Yeah, it's not Woody's fault at all, right? Let's absolve Woody, the clueless owner.
Yeah, not Robert Saleh or the defense, the overrated defense. Like, you want to boo anybody, boo your own guys that didn't get the job done, not Aaron Rodgers. We also talked about the color of tennis balls. Paul's in Raritan, New Jersey. What's up, Paul?
What's up, Sal?
How are you, Paul?
So, a couple things. I know you guys are talking about the actual, what you think the color is, but in the tennis world, colors distinguish the ball. So yellow ball is like pro level, high school level, high level juniors, but there's a green ball, which they call green dot, which is used for like 9, 10, 11-year-olds. Then there's orange ball and red ball. So actually, I know you're just talking about the color shade, but when you're talking in the tennis world, there is a green ball, green dot.
So Paul, let me ask you this. So when I was growing up and we were growing up, they didn't have dicks. So whether it was, I don't know, Sports Authority, whatever it may have been, you're an idiot. You walk in, oh God, it was so infantile here sometimes, all of us. You walk into, I don't know, whatever sporting goods store, Herman's in Kings Plaza, and I need tennis balls to have home run derby with my buddies. Am I getting the green ones with the red dot? What was I getting?
You're getting the yellow ball most likely, but like in the tennis world, like if you play a tournament, they decipher, okay, this is green ball tournament. You know that, okay, I need to go in the yellow ball tournament.
Wow.
Again, orange balls for like small kids, and like red ball is like training balls.
Is it a safety thing? Why delineate? Is it a safety thing?
No, so the green ball dot is 25% less pressurized, so it's slower. And then the orange is even
this guy.
slower, and the red's even slower.
Yeah,
so it's
wow.
all about the pressurization of the ball and how fast it goes on the court.
Now that's real technical, and thank you for the call, Paul.
Good information.
I was just trying to simply ask, a regular tennis ball. For those of us who have played with tennis balls our entire life, I never played tennis really, but I used to.
You
use
never
them
played tennis?
Very rarely.
Tennis is fun.
No, I used to because I used to want to just hit it like a baseball, even with the racket.
Yeah,
you try to smash it.
Yeah.
You played tennis?
Oh my! Not often. But we, for a while before kids, we went to a lot of Caribbean islands. We would always go and play tennis.
Really?
Granted, there'd be a pina colada within 5 feet of the net. Just leisurely volleys, 100%.
What was the name of that movie, Hoff, with Scarlett Johansson? She was a tennis player, if I'm not mistaken, or she was dating a Scarlett.
I've never seen it, but I know what you're talking about, like Matchmaker or
Oh,
something.
yeah, Match Point, maybe?
Yes. Yeah.
You ever see that movie?
I have not. It sounds like by the tone, I might have to.
No, it was a good movie. Yeah, I remember Scarlett. I'm not a huge Scarlett Johansson fan, but I was in that movie. And I remember being a good movie, I think. Match Point.
Well, remember Point? You're not thinking about Point Break. That's obviously.
No, not
Point Break was awesome. That was a good movie.
I don't think I've seen that one.
What?
No, I don't think I've seen Point Break. Match Point, yes.
Match Point. Okay.
Anyway, check that out. But
you know what you got to do too. You've got to.
Hoff is saying they used blue balls in that movie. I was not sure about that, Hoff. I think they were green, but okay.
I use blue balls for the paddleball. You guys ever play paddleball?
I love paddleball.
That's where I used the blue balls.
What kind of balls? This guy's on fire today. What kind of balls? I don't even know if you guys played this way. What kind of balls did you guys use? Like, you ever play the game Asses Up?
Yeah.
Okay.
What kind of ball?
What the hell? Where did you grow up on? Pluto something?
There was another name for it too, but that's the real name is Asses Up.
You call it different names. So Asses Up, and there's different versions. The way we would play, like everybody, like you'd be in the racquetball courts or the paddleball courts, right? And you'd have one of these heavy blue balls, and they even had the dark, skinny, small black ones that were heavy, like dark, like almost like a lacrosse ball, which was dangerous when we used those, like idiots. Anyway, you throw the ball, if you got to catch it. If you drop it, you've got to run to the wall, and whomever gets their hands on it first.
Peg you.
Like we go for headshots back then. We're not just trying to hit you in the butt. Like we'd go for whatever we can get. And I'll tell you, you're running to that wall like Forrest Gump.
And you got to touch the wall before you
got
get
to touch the wall. And sometimes guys would cross the line too. Like you touch the wall and you'd still get popped. With that ball, and that ball hurt.
No, so you forget the golf tournament here at the Fan. I think we should do an Asses Up invitation here with WFAN. Have guys running for their life against that wall.
5 injuries.
I used a tennis ball. I think we were a little bit more PC about it back in the day because I did not. We did have the blue. We had the blue balls. We didn't have that heavy ball though, like you're talking about. But wasn't there part? Maybe this is we played different games. Wasn't there a point in time too? Like the loser had to face the wall and just stand there and get pegged
and just take shot after shot. I don't remember how that actually happened, but I do yes, there was catching the ball and then running for your life, but then there was also another element of the game where I forget, no matter what happened, you'd have to stand there like you were getting arrested or searched
and
by
everyone
the
had a shot at you.
Yeah, I feel like it's coming back to me a little bit, but I did not play that game frequently, if at all. BT and Sal on the Fan. In case you missed anything, check it out on the free Odyssey app. Mickey O is calling from Elmwood Park, New Jersey. What's up, Mickey O?
Mikey O, what's up?
Oh, Mikey
guys?
O, I'm sorry.
Today?
That's my bad. What's up, Mikey O?
No, that's okay. Hey, listen, I just wanted to switch it back to the Yankees a little bit, if I may.
Yeah, we talked Yanks before. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to bring something back. Volpe. I studied this with my friends. The guy, we were expecting the next Jeter. You know what I'm saying? When he came up, he was so highly touted, and he's done well, but he's not made with the pressure. The psyche is getting to him. I believe he's crushing under pressure.
Well,
it's not his talent.
You know, Mikey, here's the one. Mikey, let me just tell you this, and I remember saying this a while ago. Maybe he just was overdrafted. I mean, it's okay to say that Anthony Volpe should not have been a first-round pick by the Yankees or by anybody. It's okay to say that.
Well, then wouldn't you think, though, that deems bust label? He's a bust relative to the expectations. And I hate to even pick on him. Even last night, booting the ball early on, like the double play.
Where he should have. That was early in the game. Yeah, made a couple of good plays after that. But why his head to me? And this was a weird. I've seen Ryan McMahon do this at third base, and they even said it on the broadcast. He backhanded It was one of those soft, 4 or 5 hoppers that you got to charge, come in and throw off your right foot as a shortstop. And he backhanded the ball not to the right, in front of him. Like, it was just a weird
I've seen too many players do that.
Of the ball. Yeah, I've seen Ryan McMahon, but Ryan McMahon's a Gold Glove third baseman.
I remember getting yelled at one time for it. It sticks out in my mind. Tryouts for...
Oh, you tried to do this?
Yeah, I was playing second base. I'll never forget it. Like, certain memories stick with you. And I was playing second base, and the coach, it was high school, first year of high school. Coach hits, we're tryouts for the team.
Outdoors or on the gym floor? Okay.
Outdoor here, playing second base. Hits a hard ground or whatever. I went and fielded it, no problem, backhand. He calls me out in front of everyone. Why'd you backhand that ball? And I was like, oh, like he's right, but that sticks out then. And now you watch the big leaguers, all they do is backhand balls that are right at him. Like, yes, you have to backhand a ball. You have to when you backhand a ball, it should be because you have to.
You have no other option.
Yeah.
It's your last resort.
These guys are just backhanding it when it's right to
when it's in between their legs.
Yeah.
It's very, I don't know why that's starting to happen. Now, it's pretty impressive that you could do it. Yeah. And Volpe did that, and he, threw it off his right foot, kind of falling towards the pitcher's mouth. It was a pretty athletic play, but that's not how I would teach somebody to, make a play at shortstop.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's being taught or these guys are just being lazy. John is in St. Louis. What's up, John?
Hey, what's up, BPC? How you guys doing?
Good.
So I grew up in Fresh Meadows. You guys were just talking asses up. I got an all-time asses up story. It was either Cunningham or Peck Park. I can't remember which one got the handball court.
All right.
My dad took me to play on the playground. I was a little kid, and I saw them playing asses up, so I run over, asked these older kids if I could play. Sure enough, I'm the first one to go out, and I immediately run off the court, go to my dad, and I'm like, hey, I'm getting a little tired, man. I think it's time to go. And he's like, what? So he walks over, he sees the kids laughing at me from the park. He goes, were you just playing asses up? I go, yeah. And he goes, did you lose? And I said, yeah. And he goes, did you get hit? I go, no, I ran away. He goes, oh, okay. Grabs me by the neck, drags me to the court, holds me bent over, and gives every kid like 5 throws to absolutely wreck me from like point blank.
Jesus. Good God almighty. I thought I ran a tough ship. Holy God.
You're never going to do that again. Throws me in the car or out of there.
Wow. What did your dad...
I like it. I bet it taught you some discipline.
What did he do for a living? What was his job? I'm curious.
He walked the beat on the Upper East Side.
There you go. He was on the job. Tough as nails back then. Got it. All right, that's a good story. Wow.
Yeah, it's all time.
Hey, get back there, you wuss. Yeah. Bend over. Everybody take aim. Hit him. How did he do that to your son? He sounded like he was like 6 years old, too, because he said, I was young, I was little.
Yeah.
I mean, you got
teaching him the ropes early on.
I guess. I mean, what, teaching him the ropes to get abused? I mean, he ran away.
Take your medicine, you lose like a big boy.
Well, no, hold on. So, okay. I initially when he said he ran away, I'm thinking he ran quick to the wall that garnered him safety. No, he ran away to his dad.
Yeah.
That's a baller move by his dad. Make a U-turn, get in there. Yeah. We don't quit.
Is your dad available to manage the New York Yankees by any chance? John is calling from Comac. What's up, John?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
So you're talking about the game. So if you play that ball either off a hop or you on a fly and you miss to handle it, you got to run and touch the wall as someone picks up the ball and hits you. If they peg you before you hit the wall, then it sets up. Anyone who's playing gets there.
That's what it is. Thank you. Yes, 100%. And it was a real game of cat and mouse because sometimes, like, you feel, not everybody was a good ball player. I mean, not everybody, some were basketball players, some were football players. So it's not like you had 10 baseball players with rockets playing the game. So you had a level of confidence. So, like, sometimes you can kind of ham and egg it, like, you can actually, and then you just try to push the limit, like, I got this. But you also know nobody's really in the vicinity. So you can drop the ball. If you're following me, almost miss the ball. Pretend you're going to catch it. And then I maybe just miss the ball on purpose and then just kind of like moonwalk or run backwards like, he can't get me, suckers. And then you go because you know by the time somebody picks the ball up, they either don't have the arm, the accuracy, or the quickness to get the ball to hit you.
Maybe this is a different version of getting texts here. Chris Farina, our pal over at SNY, when you drop the ball, you would get a letter. Once you spelled asses, you went up to the wall and would get drilled by everybody.
Never played that way. The only time we did letters was with horse.
Oh,
never did we do that.
Yeah, I'm just not familiar with this game, and now I'm getting
Where'd you grow up, dude?
Yeah, Long Island.
You sure?
Yeah.
and how do we get a winner? Someone said that if you got hit 3 times, you're out. Does that make sense? You know, because there was an end to the game. You couldn't just be playing for hours and just keep on
You
pegging
guys
people.
played it. I don't know. You're asking me. I don't know.
The end
I
was,
played when I was 8 years old.
Yeah, I was a little bit older than that because I couldn't go to the park when I was 8 and it was across the street. Anyway, I would say that the game ended. My mom worried about everything. Still does. I would say the game ended when either A, somebody got hurt.
Which always happened.
Or B, the street lights came on and you knew you had to get home for dinner, otherwise mom would be on the stoop yelling, where are you? And everybody would hear my mom because she's Italian and she was worried.
Yeah, I don't remember. Maybe I watched other kids play and I was like, ooh, that game's too dangerous for me.
Get the hell out of here.
I was a kid running home, but I wasn't running home to daddy. I was running home to mommy because I knew mommy wasn't going to send me back out there.
Yeah. Mommy, she got a little washcloth for you. She give you a little soup. You okay, Sally?
Exactly right.
Did those big kids hurt you, Sally? Let me get a Band-Aid, Sally.
BT and Sal on the Fan. Back to your calls. We come back, 888-808-1019. It is football season. And for football season, there's only one thing to do. You got to make Surfside your tailgate must-have. By the way, Juan Soto, a couple of bombs there in Detroit. You notice right over the Surfside sign? Have you seen that? The Grand Slam right over Surfside?
Yeah, it looked like he was drinking Surfsides the first 2 months of the season when he was hitting 219 in May.
Yeah, okay. Well, now we're drinking Surfsides together, celebrating. Surfside should be your must-have for your tailgate. It's real vodka, real brewed tea, just 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and no bubbles. It's easy to sip and enjoy all day long, and it's not a seltzer, remember. Not a seltzer, it's a Surfside, no carbonation. Ask for it wherever you tailgate. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
No matter the season, New York sports never stop. Yankees, Mets, Giants, Jets. If it's happening, we're talking about it. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn app.
FanDuel is getting you ready for kickoff with an offer you won't want to miss. New customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. Pick a bet $5, and if it wins, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use all across the app. You can build parlays, bet player props, ride the live lines. Whatever your style, FanDuel has you covered. The NFL season is finally here. The only question is, are you ready to play? Visit FanDuel.com/Gio. That's G-I-O to download the FanDuel app today and get started. That's FanDuel.com/Gio. We just love the app around here. It's safe and secure. When you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official partner of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issues, non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Get away to the Atlantic City in Waterboat Show. 4 days only, September 4th to the 7th at the Golden Nugget Marina. See the new boat models from all the major manufacturers. Buy $15 advance tickets at acinwaterboatshow.com. See you there.
Recovering from an addiction is an individual accomplishment. A young mother who chose recovery to care for her family. A high school athlete overcoming opioid addiction. A couple celebrating his recovery. Everyone's recovery is different, and there's no shame in asking for help. Call 844-REACH-NJ. Trained counselors are available 24/7 to help you find the recovery option that's best for you. Tell us your story, and let's begin your recovery today. A message from New Jersey Human Services.
For over 100 years, Sloman's has been your trusted partner in comfort. When it comes to home heating oil, they deliver more than just quality fuel. They deliver peace of mind. With price protection, automatic deliveries, and 24/7 service, their dedicated team is just a call away, ensuring you stay warm and comfortable all winter long. Sloman's, the Tri-State's largest heating oil provider, proudly serving their community for generations. Give them a call today at 866-GET-HEAT or visit oil.slomans.com.
Dunkin's $6 meal deal is kind of wild. You get a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, 6-piece hash browns, and a medium iced or hot coffee, all for $6. That's the main character meal energy you need this fall. Get it now in Dunkin' stores or order ahead on the Dunkin' app. No substitutions, participation and times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
We've got more sports talk coming up on The Fan.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing,
T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
My man, Dr. Jay Shah, specializing in minimally invasive and non-surgical treatments for neck, back, and sciatica, migraines, and so much more, offers pain-relieving solutions. There are thousands of 5-star reviews who trust Samwell Pain for all their aches and pains. Visit SamwellPain.com.
Rutgers football is back in Piscataway throughout the rest of the fall. Don't miss a moment. This is Coach Shiano. Keep chopping. And join the fun on the Rutgers Boardwalk. Free rides, games, entertainment, parades, and more, all before every home game. It's all free family fun at the Rutgers Boardwalk. Visit us online at ScarletKnights.com. Don't miss a moment. See Coach Shiano and the Rutgers football team all fall long at SHI Stadium.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Powerball is now $1.3 billion. On Jackpocket, America's #1 lottery app, new customers opt in and get a free lottery ticket. Download the app and start ordering lottery tickets today. Use code DISCO on Jackpocket. Gambling problem? In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. 18 or older. Jackpocket is a lottery courier and not affiliated with any state lottery. Eligibility restrictions apply. Opt in for $5 and non-withdrawable lottery credits that expire in 168 hours. Terms, jkpt.com/draw5.
Catch all the play-by-play with Susan Waldman and Dave Sims. The home of Yankees radio. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
BT South back on the Fan, 888-808-1019.
All right, so real fast, Al, I had to go and I wanted to get a glass of water during the break there, and I was walking behind. I'm like, oh, my God, how did I forget this other game that we used to play real quick, right? So I guess it's from the family tree of asses up, because it basically it incorporates the same thing, trying to drill your buddy with a ball. We would play, and this would be in the middle of the street. Asses up was always in the park because you needed that wall, right? In the street, if you ever do this up there, we would take a big piece of chalk, right? And we'd always draw the bases on the street and the goal lines and all that other stuff, but we would make a big circle. And then we would cut it up like a pizza pie. Say if there was 8 of us in the street, each one of us had to say, all right, I'm Italy today. I'm Ireland today. I'm Germany. I'm France. You could be Iran. Anybody name a country. And we would start the game by doing, 21st finger. Whoever starts it would run like 10 feet, and they would get a running head start, and it was a bouncy, heavy ball, and they would slam the ball in the middle of the pie. And as they're running, they'd say, I declare war on... Bang! And you'd say Italy. And if your buddy was Italy, this is lunacy. If your buddy was Italy, what he had until the ball came down, and if I threw the ball, I would have to wait, and then I would retrieve it. Then I would run after him and try to peg him as hard as I could. The difference with asses up is that in I Declare War, face shots that was what you were going for.
Oh God, it sounds so violent and grueling. I've never heard of this game before.
Did you? But now, was this like this was a dodgeball?
It's like dodgeball with tennis with a heavy ball.
I feel like we use more of a dodgeball for that, because I think at that point in time, because you're a little bit older than me, so I feel like we would have gone through a lot of people got hurt playing the game with the little heavy balls.
You mean the first checkpoint of safety?
Yeah. So
that was probably my,
You could do it, but you got to use a dodgeball.
Hey, I wore it for you guys. Listen, I was the pioneer. I crawled into harm's way for the next generation.
Great game, by the way.
That was
Another
awesome.
great game.
All right, BT and Sal on the Fan, 888-808-1019 is the number to call. Back to the football stuff for a second, if we may. Jesse is calling from West Milford. What's up, Jesse?
Hey, what's up, guys? How you guys doing today?
Hey, Jess.
I'm driving back from Connecticut, and honestly, it's always the New York Jets that gets me to call up. And this Aaron Rodgers, he is a triple D, decrepit, disappointing, and a D-bag. And I can't, I'm so glad to be done with this guy. Now we finally got a quarterback who is trying to resurrect his career. We can finally establish a running game, and I'm not going to watch this guy flailing his arm at a Taylor Swift concert like a loser or going to the Met Gala. Like, this guy, he came to New York for New York. He didn't come to resurrect the Jets. So let's be clear about that. And, honestly, screw him. Let's go Jets.
Okay, well, we're with the same page. Let's go Jets here. But, just make sure you call me back when Justin Fields throws a two-hopper on 3rd and 11 to Garrett Wilson, who's wide open.
I said we're going to be running the ball.
I understand. You're not going to run it 63 times every week. You're going to throw the ball once in a while.
We will. If we're ahead, we will.
So Jess, you don't like Aaron Rodgers, and that's your prerogative. But you clearly do not like him as a person. It's so obvious in your comments.
No, honestly, because I have his jersey. I
called him a D.
He was supposed to save this team. And look at it.
We
were better with Zach Wilson as a team. We were better with Zach Wilson.
Jess, he tried, Jesse. He tried.
What? Where?
He
made us kill a second-round pick to bring in his best friend Devontae, who didn't do crap.
You're going to hate him even more after Sunday because just as much as and thank you for the call, Jesse. Good stuff there. I respect the passion.
So do I.
And I respect the frustration.
I do too.
Yeah, we understand that. Rodgers. See, whatever you think you're saying to Rodgers, screw you. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. Aaron Rodgers has a chip on his shoulder and an axe to grind because of the way that Aaron Glenn and the new regime let him go.
I think more Woody. I think that was more Woody-driven, so he's coming in to shove it down Woody Johnson's throat, no doubt about it.
Now, who do you think is going to win that battle? Now, Rodgers is older, so it's kind of out of his control, but if I had to pick one who's not going to want to lose that battle of, you know what, I'm going to stick it up your rear end, I'm going to side with Aaron Rodgers.
You'd be an idiot not to. That doesn't mean that the Jets can't stifle him. He is still 40. He doesn't move the way that he used to. They only really have one true receiver that I'm really worried about, and Saul should be shadowing him, unlike Saleh, who didn't let one of the best quarterbacks in football do that. But one of the things, but I hear it. It's Rodgers, and he's on a mission, man.
And they could get sweet revenge on him. Maybe they knock him down. Maybe they pick him off. I'm just saying there are two scenarios. One, Rodgers comes in to MetLife, lights the Jets up week one in his new home. Two, the Jets embarrass Rodgers. The defense does their job, knock him down, pick him off. I'm going with option.
You're going to go door number one?
Yeah, I think.
The only thing I would add to that, though, Sal, there is the door 3 where, like, the Jets don't stifle him and he doesn't do awesome. He's fairly pedestrian. The Jets, get lucky, or the Steelers get lucky late and the Steelers win because even though Rodgers doesn't do a lot, whatever. But the one thing that the caller said, and I would take issue with this, like he said, the first thing he said was he didn't want to come to he didn't want the Jets. He wanted New York. Okay. You might be right about that to an extent, right? First of all, trying to go and immerse yourself in culture, art, music, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I applaud that. So to get on a guy for having eclectic interests is ridiculous. But like if Aaron Rodgers came here and there were reports and stories, he's out every night till 3 a.m, he's doing drugs, he's spotted with 5 models, doing drugs, whatever. That's like... the call almost implied that Rodgers didn't care about football, when I would say I don't think the Jets have ever had a quarterback that cares as much about football, certainly since, I would say, probably Chad and Vinny. It's been a long time. This man loves football.
I love the way you say that, and that's why I loved him. Yes, he has his personal interest in whatever he's going to do and say, and that's fine. He loves the game of football. It's proof because he doesn't need it.
No.
You think Aaron Rodgers needs to play another year and risk getting hurt again at his age? He loves the game. He did it with the Jets. He didn't have to come back that second year with the Jets. He did. He wanted to do it for the fans, for himself, obviously.
He felt like he owed him something.
Yes.
He wanted to finish the job.
I love that about about Rodgers. I think he's misunderstood and got a bad rap. Now, I understand the caller being frustrated. He's angry and frustrated with the wrong thing. It's easy to pick on Aaron Rodgers. That's not where your frustration should lie. It should lie within the Jets themselves. NFL Talk on the Fan, presented by Paramount Plus. Can't count on much these days, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday on CBS and Paramount Plus all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today.
All right, so we'll get back to these calls here. 888-808-1019 here on a Wednesday, moving toward week one. Hey, by the way, 4 distinct all-electric Cadillacs here. Some drive them for the performance. I've got a Cadillac. I've been in a Cadillac for well over a decade. It is my car of choice. I love it. Others maybe jump in for the range or because it's the only way to make an entrance. Let's face it, you pull up in a Cadillac, everybody knows you're there. So 3 different ways to turn every drive into an occasion. Whatever the reason, never been a better time to say, yo, let's take the Cadillac.
Yeah, and last year I took the Cadillac during the summer. I took the all-electric Lyric. You got the all-electric Cadillac family of vehicles, including the Lyric, but you have the Escalade IQ, the Vistic, the Optic as well. Visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer today. The BT and South Show is presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Mets.
It's Keith McPherson at night on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
As a manager, getting to know his potential closer, I'm pretty sure this guy's going to get the first crack at it. He let this guy go out and finish the job, and I'm telling you, that type of stuff the team can build off of.
Listen to Keith McPherson on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Maggie Gray with an Odyssey Sports Minute. Astros pitcher Framber Valdez apologized after accidentally hitting catcher Cesar Salazar with a 93-mile-per-hour pitch. That's his own catcher, by the way, right after a miscommunication led to a grand slam. Valdez insists it wasn't intentional, and both players say they've talked it out. Just a tough inning and a mix-up in a loud stadium? I'm not buying it. I'm Maggie Gray.
If Old Spice Deep Sea Super Hydration Body Wash were music, what would it sound like? Start with the deep sounds of Old Spice's ocean waves and kelp. Layer on the smooth, renewing moisture. You wouldn't hear any parabens or phthalates because Old Spice Deep Sea hasn't got any. But you would hear that vitamin B3 for healthier looking skin. So while your regular body wash sounds like this, Old Spice sounds like this. Sounds like it smells amazing.
Save big during Labor Day at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, buy more to get up to an additional 20% off. Shop even more savings with 3 Stay Green 1 cubic foot vegetable and flower garden soil bags for $10. This Labor Day, take care of your home for less at Lowe's. We help. You save. Valid through 9/3. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location. Select locations only. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Connecticut's best value is at Town Fair Tire. They honor all manufacturer and valid competitor rebates, offer the most free services for life, plus give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire. I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This September, you'll be traveling in style when you win your share of $50,000 in cash and Toomey luggage. Be here on Friday, September 12th and 26th from 3 to 7 p.m. when one winner will be drawn every hour to win a Toomey aluminum extended trip packing case and international carry-on, plus up to $5,000 in cash. Come to where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Get ready for more BT and Sal on the Fan.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
This is Tiki Barber. You definitely don't want your heating system to fail this winter. So call my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's heating experts. Have them check your heating system before it breaks. I know Edison Heating and Cooling. They can fix anything. Go now to EdisonHVAC.com.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter? Right? And the best part? They accept Discover. Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer. Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times. Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants? These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
My name is Maria. Okay, I lied, it's Mary. But I'm feeling more European after my European-style holiday on MSC Cruises. The restaurants, nightlife and shops in La Galleria. And of course, American touches, like a sports bar and water slides. Bellissimo. Okay, this is a problem.
Book now and save up to 40% off, plus kids sail free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
BT and Sal back on the Fan. We'll get back to the calls in just a second. Let's get some football talk in here. Right now, we're joined by Odyssey NFL insider Brian Baldinger. He is the host of the Best Football Show podcast, Insider Calls, brought to you by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side. Baldy, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great, guys. It's good to hear your voice. It means that football season is here. We've been jonesing for it for a long time. And so it's right around the corner starting tomorrow night. I'm pretty pumped up, guys. I'm refreshed. I'm charged. I'm ready to roll here.
So are we. So we're going to bang a lot of Jets and Giants stuff, maybe a couple of national things at you. First of all, the news today, AVT out. We don't know exactly how long. Doesn't seem very good. He's very injury prone. We all know, unless you're a moron that doesn't know football, Jets are going to try to run it a lot this year. I think this changes quite a bit for them. Maybe you shift around Tippmann, whatever, Myers, but this is not a good start to the Jets because their O-line was supposed to be the strength of the team.
I agree. And so, when you look at it, you go, how can this happen already? How can this happen already? He just got named the captain of the team, and he had probably the best spring, summer of anybody on the team. And this, like we said, we don't know what the injury is, but it looks like there might be a surgery. It's difficult. It's supposed to be the strength. They want to run the football. They want to move the line of scrimmage. He was going to be a big part of it, working against right next to the rookie Membo over there.
Yep.
Kind of building that chemistry. I guess the one thing I saw in preseason was I saw Josh Myers at center, Joe Tippmann at guard. And so, you got to get your best 5 out there for Sunday against a really good, Steeler front. That's probably what you're going to see. You'll probably see Tippmann at guard and Josh Myers at center right now.
How do you think, Baldy, this changes, if anything, your prospects for what the Jets could have been this season?
You can't. Like, injuries are going to happen. Right guards, it doesn't matter. Quarterbacks. You hope that you've built the team the right way where you have enough depth, which I think they do, to overcome it. But, they were counting on AVT to be not just, a really solid player, but, they want to run the ball in a variety of ways, which means he was going to be pulling. They were going to run power. They're going to run the football 20 different ways. So almost like the Ravens did back when Lamar first took over. And so we're going to see a lot of formations, a lot of offensive linemen pulling, and AVT is really good at that. So is Simpson. And I thought they could really kind of go back and forth with guys kind of leading the way. And, look, anytime you get to the backup, you're not going to be quite as good up front.
Yeah, for sure. Listen, we've all seen Justin Fields now, a couple years in the NFL. Obviously didn't get to finish with the Steelers what he started, but we saw him at Ohio State, dynamic athlete. In college, you could throw to a wider radius because it's scheme, and you can out-athlete most of these teams if you're the Buckeyes. But you see the film, and you see a quarterback that I think has gotten a little bit better since his first year or two, but he doesn't seem to be getting credit for getting better. Throwing the ball a little bit. Like, is he a disaster or is he just average? Where is he at throwing it?
I think he's improved. He was 4-2 as a starter last year in Pittsburgh, the first 6 games. They had a chance to beat Dallas and go 5-1. Defense couldn't stop Dallas at the end and lost that game. But, he's not I think his accuracy has improved, but I don't believe he's just a naturally accurate thrower.
Yeah.
The way you have to be. He's just not. And so I watched him in a scrimmage against the Giants. He wasn't very good that day. Not to say, but in this game, if they can keep it close with Pittsburgh, he's going to have to make 5 or 6 throws. And at the end of the day, you're going to go, wow, he made those throws. And if they win, you're going to say, hey, Justin Fields made those throws. And if they lose, they're probably going to say, he hasn't improved much. That will probably be the analysis that we see. But when you get the opportunity against really good corners and Darius Slay and, Jalen Ramsey and some of the guys they got out there in Pittsburgh, you're not going to get wide open against those guys. They've got length. They've all got a lot of experience. They know how to play. And so they've played a lot of big games against great players. So, at some point you're going to have to make great throws to beat good coverage.
Which running back do you prefer, Baldy? Breece Hall or Braylon Allen?
I think Breece is more of his first few years in the league. I mean, he was breaking runs longer than anybody in this league. He looked like Saquon last year at times before the injury. I still think he's got the breakaway speed. I think Braylon Allen is really good. But I think Breece is still a more dynamic player. I think you'll see him in the screen game. I think you'll see him in the passing game in a variety of positions. I think you want to get that guy the ball as much as you can right now, because I do think he's got the ability to make you miss and run away from you.
I agree to an extent here. I think that the Breece Hall, before he shredded his knee in Denver a couple of years ago, was that, home run masher. And I'm not saying he's no longer capable of it, but now, since he's lost a little tick on the speed, you've got to be more reliant on vision. And listen, I'm not you. I don't look at it like this, but I look at enough film for me, in a most rudimentary way, to say, I don't love his vision. I don't think he sees things quick enough and is decisive enough to pounce when he has to. And without the home run speed, I don't think Breece Hall's quite what he was, and I don't think he's ever going to be.
I'm not ready to say that yet. I mean, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm not ready to say it yet. I want to see him against a quality offensive line where he's not trying to dodge people in the backfield like some of the breakdowns they had up front last year. I want to see him a complete year removed from the injury and the rehabilitation and all of that. I want to see. So I'd like to give him a fresh start here.
Yep.
In this particular system where, look, we could have said a lot of the same things about Saquon, when he was with the Giants, and then we saw what he did. Now, I'm not comparing Breece to Saquon, but, if you get good runways, I want to see him with that head of steam going and see if he can make those cuts right now.
BT and Sal on the Fan. We're talking with Brian Baldinger. Insider calls are brought to you by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side. Last one for me on the Jets, Baldy. What are your expectations? We talked about it yesterday. I don't think that this is a playoff team by any stretch. If everything goes perfectly, and even factor in the AVT injury year, where do you see the Jets at the end of the year record-wise?
Well, I mean, if they get to 8 or 9 wins, I think that's a major success. I'd love to see him play some meaningful games, whether it's for a playoff position or knocking somebody out of the playoffs in December. Like, it's been a while since we've seen competitive football in December. Like, I'd love to see that where you go, wow, and then, I'd like to see a team that's just improving. I mean, last year, they were the most penalized team in football. If you just said, okay, we're not going to be in that category anymore. We're going to play better special teams. We're going to take the ball away at a much better rate than less than one time a game like last year.
Yeah.
If we could just see some improvement, and then if that can transfer to 8 or 9 wins, I mean, I think that would be a major victory for the Jets this year.
We're in the same neighborhood. All right, so the Giants now. That's a little different because the coach is back for year 4. He had a little success early. It's largely been a disaster, not all of his fault. Roster hasn't been that great. Before we get to like Dart and specific stuff, just like an overall, wide brush here or broad brush. Giants talent 1 through 53 compared to the last couple of years. Where are we at with this? Let's start with that, Baldy.
Well, I mean, you can't not go out to practice or watch them in preseason and not feel optimistic. A lot more optimistic than we had maybe the last 2 years. And so, obviously, we're going to talk about the quarterback, but I think the roster is a lot better. Like, I think they've got much better depth on the offensive line. I think they're better at the running back position right now. We know what Tyrone Tracy is. We kind of feel like Scadaboo is going to be kind of special. The defensive front should be very, very good. So, and I think, the additions they made in the secondary with Javon Holland and, Paulson Adebo, I mean, I think they're a lot better top to bottom on this roster than at any point over the last 4 years.
So what are the expectations for this team then? I mean, can we be talking playoffs here?
Well, I'm doing the first game, in Washington. And I'm just telling people, they played Washington really tough in both games last year.
They did.
And that was with that roster. Mm-hmm. And that's the Washington team that won 14 games and went to an NFC championship game. Anything can happen week 1. Nobody's played and nobody's tackled, all this stuff. I feel good about the Giants going down to, 95 here on Sunday to play Washington. I feel like they can win that game. And if they do, forget about how tough the schedule is. That's a very, very good team. That's a better team than lost to Philadelphia in the NFC Championship game last year, if you ask me. And so I want to see them go toe-to-toe with Washington right now. And who's to say that, they can't go make those plays that tips the point and, wins that first game. And who knows, then we're talking next week about, they could be a playoff team. I think it's a little early for that right now. Yeah. Because we got to see what the quarterback situation is going to look like.
Mm-hmm. And obviously we're going to get to Dart here. But see, the thing that I think will enable the Giants to be much different this year, if they could get to this point, is if they could get some leads, which their quarterbacks just couldn't provide. Because I don't need 21-3. Just give me 3 points. Give me 7 points. Let my defense pin the ears back and go get a little aggressive. And if they can get that defense is going to destroy people, Baldy.
I totally agree. They could not score points, not just last year. They couldn't score points the year before. Yeah. You can't score points. You can't ask the defense because they just get worn down. You get to ask the defense after turnovers, after bad field position, just to go out there and win games. You can't. Nobody can do, there's very few teams that they play that style. They got to score points this year. And if they do, I agree. This defense, I'd love to see offenses in the fourth quarter playing catch-up and on 3rd and 13. I'd love to see these guys tee off on some of these quarterbacks that they're going to face.
How long do you think before we see Jackson Dart as QB1, Baldy?
Well, it's going to, it's always dictated by A, health. Does Russell Wilson stay healthy? B, is he productive? Are they scoring the points that we think they should score with a good offensive line? Has an offensive line that actually has some depth this year. This Marcus Bowe looks like a really good player. I think they got real depth if anything goes wrong up front. And I think that if Russell is not getting the job done and they're not moving the team, they're not scoring points in the first month, I think it could be that early.
First month of the year? Would you recommend that? Well, the rookie quarterback, as tough as he's looked and the attitude and all that stuff and the confidence and the success that he had in the preseason, you think that's wise to throw a rookie quarterback in that early?
Well, I mean, look, I'm just saying 4 full games. We're into October now. And if the team is scoring 13 points a game and they're not converting in the red zone or on third downs like you need to, and the quarterback is a problem, then I think you turn it over to him. I think a month is. This kid looks like here's the dilemma that every Giant fan, you, me, everybody that's watched this team. What if this kid is really, really good and you're just sitting him, and we're not letting him develop? Like what if he's ready? We don't know.
Yeah.
And I do think there is there's a deal of that you can glean from watching early on. But I remember Donovan McNabb, in his first 6 weeks that he came out, and I'm not comparing him to McNabb or any whatever, but I'm just throwing a guy out there. Doug Peterson started, and Donovan worked in there. And then by the time he took over, he was the guy, and they never looked back for a decade.
Yeah.
So that's the dilemma, because obviously he looked great in preseason. He played no huddle. He played up tempo. He made great throws. And I know it's preseason, so I'm not getting carried away. But at no point did it ever look too big for him.
Listen, you're absolutely right, Baldy. But to me, and I think we might even see him in a few sub-packages this weekend. I mean, you're not QB3, you're QB2 for a reason. I think he's going to be out there at some point on Sunday for a snap or two, whatever, something that Russell can't do with his feet. But see, you said something that I find very interesting, and you're not wrong, but I want to give you the counter, what I think is more important. You said, well, what if he's right and you're not playing him? What if he's ready and you're not playing him? I get that. But what if he's not quite ready and you do play him? You might lose a win or two if he is ready and he doesn't play, but you run the risk of ruining a young quarterback if he does play and he's not ready.
Well, that's the dilemma. It's just a dilemma. Now, I don't think this kid just got 3 years in the SEC, playing in the biggest cathedrals in all of sports. And he looked just fine, win or lose or, whatever. I mean, you go into Baton Rouge, you go into Tuscaloosa like he did. I don't know. I think he's ready for it. But personally, that's just me. But I don't think this kid's going to get damaged if he plays too soon. I don't think that's going to happen to him. I don't think he's going to get skittish. But, look, you're better off waiting and holding out as long as you can. But I don't believe he's going to sit and be redshirted this whole year. I don't believe that for a second.
We're going to have meaningful football, Baldy, for both these teams beyond Halloween?
Come on.
Gosh, I sure hope so. I sure hope so, man.
Take it anymore.
I don't want to be on here at Thanksgiving, talking about the draft with everybody.
Oh, right.
I really hope so.
We'll be talking about the Knicks if things don't change at Thanksgiving with you. Forget about football.
All right, look, I'm all about talking about the Knicks, man. That was a great run. I mean, I'm ready to jump in with you, but I'd like to keep it between the white lines here of these NFL games.
Yeah, us too. And all we talk about is the draft and which coach is going to be fired and who they should hire. It's ridiculous. So hopefully we get some meaningful football. Baldy, always good to talk to you. Enjoy week one. We'll talk to you next week.
You got it, guys.
Thanks, buddy.
That was Odyssey NFL insider Brian Baldinger, host of the Best Football Show podcast. Insider calls are brought to you by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Think about it. Really, the Jets and Giants too, but the Jets more so. The Jets Super Bowl is draft night and Black Monday to see if people getting whacked. Jesus, come on, man. All right, 888-808-1019. We'll get back to these calls. BT and Sound, another hour to go. Hey, by the way, FanDuel's getting you ready for kickoff with an offer that you don't want to miss. New customers can bet $5, get $300 back in bonus bets if you win. Now, that's right. All you have to do is pick a bet $5, and if it wins, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to spread all across the app, whoever you want, parlays, player props. You can ride the live lines, whatever your style is. FanDuel's got you covered. NFL season finally upon us. Week 1 opening night tomorrow. Now, the only question is, are you ready to play? If not, Jump in, get the app, visit FanDuel.com/BT and download that app and get going. It's FanDuel.com/BT. We love the app around here. It is safe and secure. By the way, I just put Jets plus 2.5 in last break. I said, screw it. Let's go. Screw Rodgers. Yeah, even though I support him. Screw the Steelers. ABT hurt. Give me the 2.5. Let's go.
There you go.
I jumped in before I did. It is safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid right away. So, FanDuel is the official partner of us here at WFAN, 21 plus and physically present in New York. First online, real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bet that expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions to apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. And for help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Let's get to the update. Bogus coming at you now on The Fan.
Talk Yankees and Mets all season long. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
WFAN Sports Flash.
Good afternoon at 101. I'm Andrew Bogus. Your Sports Flash is sponsored by St. Joachim and Ann Nursing and Rehabilitation Center. 10 games missed in 2022, 12 the following season. Elijah Vera Tucker has been hurt too much for anyone's liking, and now the Jets right guard reportedly dealing with an arm injury. Surgery apparently possible, which could cost Vera Tucker a large portion of the season that starts this weekend. The Jets could slide Joe Tippmann to right guard, replace him at center with Josh Myers. No practice or press conference today, so we've heard nothing official from the team. On the flip side, Andrew Thomas in full pads for Giants practice this afternoon, and Brian Dable saying tight end Theo Johnson good to go for their opener. The Mets about to go for a sweep in Detroit. This series finale starting in just less than 10 minutes over on Odyssey Mets Radio. Clay Holmes starts today. David Peterson, Jonah Tong, Nolan McLean likely this weekend in Cincinnati. The New York Post saying the Mets will know by Friday if the struggling Kodai Senga will accept a minor league assignment. Will Warren's on the mound tonight when the Yankees play Game 2 in Houston. First pitch is 8:10. So pregame at 7:30 here on The Fan. Nothing changed in the AL East yesterday. The Yanks and Sox still 2.5 games behind the Blue Jays. Fan weather, it's 73 degrees, mostly sunny in Central Park, and that's what's happening. Sports flashes top of every hour. I'm Andrew Bogish.
The Giants kick off the 2025 season in D.C. against the Commanders this Sunday at 1 o'clock.
He's in for the touchdown!
The road ahead is the toughest schedule in the NFL, but with a new quarterback under center and a reinforced defensive line, Big Blue is ready to show they're built for the fight.
Sack back at the 24-yard line! Kayvon Thibodeau closes it out, baby!
The home of New York Giants football is The Fan, 101.9 FM and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Hey, healthcare workers of New York, are you looking to make a difference? St. Joachim and Ann Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is actively hiring nurses and CNAs. Call 718-714-4800. That's 718-714-4800.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Powerball is now $1.3 billion. On Jackpocket, America's #1 lottery app, new customers opt in and get a free lottery ticket. Download the app and start ordering lottery tickets today. Use code DISCO on Jackpocket. Gambling problem? In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. 18 or older. Jackpocket is a lottery courier and not affiliated with any state lottery. Eligibility restrictions apply. Opt in for $5 and non-withdrawable lottery credits that expire in 168 hours. Terms, jkpt.com/draw5.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
The BT is also on the Fan, presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Mets. Obviously, we got everybody in action. Mets, Yanks, Jets, Giants, obviously this weekend, BT. So maybe a dilemma. I guess Evan was talking about this yesterday. I didn't hear it, but I did hear the morning show talking a little bit about it. As far as Evan with his season tickets, not going to go to the game, the Jet game that is, because there's other stuff going on. And you mentioned this before, that apparently there was a site that says that a certain percentage of fans are Steelers fans that are going to this game on Sunday.
Yeah, I saw this. Samini had this yesterday. It's Vivid Seats, not to give him a pop, but obviously referenced in the story. And they tweeted out, they forecast right now 48% of MetLife Stadium will be full of Steeler fans on Sunday. And they track it, obviously, just, regionally, territorially, where you are. Prior purchases, account stuff. It's so easy to tell, track this stuff at this point. So I would have to think, even if it's a percentage point or two off, it's in the neighborhood, it'd be half full of Steeler fans. What are we doing here? Now, I'm not going to tell people to spend money they don't have. I would never do that, and I've never done that once in my career. But what I don't understand, the season ticket base now is willingly checking out of going to the Jets and allowing Steeler fans to get it, which there's a business element here, which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
If it's week 6 or week 7 or week 9 and the season's over, as it usually is. I don't understand how there's not, at least, even if it's fake enthusiasm, to start enthusiasm and hope and support for Aaron Glenn at his first game. You're going to let 40,000 Steeler fans take over MetLife Stadium? What the hell's going on?
Well, the problem is that what other games are you looking at throughout the course of the schedule that are going to be as appealing as this one from
a home perspective
for opposing fans? I'm saying there are two perspectives. You can look at it from the fans, say, I got to go to this game. I even contemplated going. I'm not going to, but oh man, Aaron Rodgers coming back. That's a great game to go to. Week 1, Jets home opener. But if you're selling the ticket, there's appeal there where you look at the rest of the schedule. Yeah, okay, the Cowboys game, week 5, which you mentioned.
We're going to that one.
You might
we're going to Dallas.
But still, okay, that's an appeal, an appealing game.
Yeah.
If you're a season ticket holder trying to get some of your money back, assuming you're not going to every game, you're not doing it against the Panthers. I mean, the Patriots,
no,
okay.
The Browns, no,
Dolphins
the Falcons,
at this point,
no.
Yeah. So look at the schedule.
There's two places to make big money. It's the Steelers and it's Dallas.
Yeah.
I don't push back on that. That's why I get separation between just being a fan and the money aspect. If you need the money, if you've had a very rough year and you need this to support either ticket prices or mortgage, I hope it works out favorably for you. I'm not here to judge anybody with that. But
in that case, then why should you be buying season tickets to begin with?
Dude, there's 8 million people in the New York, New Jersey area. You telling me that all the it's suddenly an issue? No, this is just. And there's been economic downturns in the past. And again, I'm not judging. I'm not trying to get preachy here. If this was week 5, and really, I mean this, and the Jets were even if the Jets were 0-2 or 1-3, I get it. But opening, to me, it's more about the symbolism, the potential, hear me, I'm not calling a guarantee, the potential to change, turn the page, a new chapter. I just feel like Aaron Glenn, who is one of us, by the way, he's a former New York Jet.
Yeah.
I just feel like he deserves better than having 50,000, 40,000 terrible towels being shoved in his face on opening week.
I'm with you. New regime.
That's all.
Aaron Glenn's handled things the right way.
Yeah, if it was Salva still here, I don't think I'd say anything.
Go support your guy, at least in week 1. And this, to me, is not about finances. We could bring that up, and maybe it's an element for some people. It's really not. If people were excited about the Jets and the prospects for the season and the potential that they have, they'd be filling up the stadium.
You nailed it.
That's it. So it's more about the fans checking out because the team hasn't given him much. I can't even blame him for that, but that's what it's about. I think that's the biggest issue.
Yeah, listen, and I understand that. Now, if you tell me, and I'm sure ticket prices raised, I'm sure we can get tweets on this, calls, whatever. Not that I'm really looking to go down that road, but if you had some meaningful information, we're all ears. Like if you'd called us up and said, hey, the Jets, despite last year's circus and the mockery that they've been forever, they wanted a 18% hike on ticket. But I'd say I would say it. Screw the Jets. They don't deserve an 8 cents hike on the product that they've given us. So I wouldn't, but I don't like, you already have the tickets. So the purchase has already been made.
Right.
So from a Jets fan, and it holds 80,000 people, as we know, MetLife, from a Jets fan perspective, the tickets, you've already accrued you've got them. You own them, if you will. So you're making the conscious decision. I know it's motivated by money. That's why I don't want to get preachy. It's a fine line. But you are saying, nah, I'm good. Even though I have no idea what's going to happen this season, it could be very favorable. It could be a disaster, but it could be favorable. But I'm tapping out week 1, game 1 of Aaron Glenn because I can make an extra $90 because they're playing the Steelers. Yeah. Listen, I understand there's different levels of poverty and business. And again, not here to judge. That strikes me as a little much, quite frankly.
Just to me, that's not being a great fan. But whatever, to each their own. I don't love going to football games myself. The hassle of getting there. Some people, it's ritual, tradition, whatever it may be. And there is an element of, to me, that's fun about that. Like maybe I wish I did grow up in a home that had season tickets to the Jets or Giants.
Yeah.
The tradition was going out there and tailgating for 8 games or whatever it may be, even if it's 5 games, whatever it may be. That a part of that is appealing to me. However, I've become so accustomed to lining up my Sundays with the multiple screens, with the fantasy, with the straight bets, whatever it is. I like watching everything or being locked in even to the Jets and Giants. Forget about even the other teams, just being locked into those games on TV. Whereas if you're at the stadium, it's more of an event. You're going out to drink and eat and watch the game. Yeah, but it's like a secondary thing.
It really is. And it's funny. Ironically, I see the Jets on the road more recently than I do at MetLife. I'm not a big fan of MetLife Stadium, but with the side hustle, the travel company, I've gone to Vegas, I've gone to Dallas, I've gone to Green Bay, we've gone to Tennessee. We got a couple things lined up this year. You guys can check my social media if you want to check that out there and join us. But it's really, to me, it's a different level of commitment. So I'm not judging because, I'm older. My kids and my daughter's got soccer on Sunday. The Giants are playing at the same time. I will say this, if the Giants were playing Monday night, this is a game I might say, you know what, I can't come watch you play Sunday, which I never say to either one of my children, but Daddy's got to be at this game. I would have loved to have been there for this game.
Yeah.
But I can't justify doing what I do for a living, going there 2 hours early, which is fun. Then if you stay for the whole game, which you have to, and then you're 2 hours getting out of that freaking parking lot, which stinks. And then, now, okay, yeah, I'm going to watch the Giants, but I already know what happened, so you're not really watching it the same way.
I know.
I can't operate like
Mets
that.
And Yanks. No, and also you mentioned it, if you're going to go to the football game, and this is what I have an issue with, because I usually don't go to tailgate. I went to 2 games last year, actually. I went to the Thursday night, week 3, Jets-Pats.
I remember when you went to that.
And I went to the Thursday night, I forget which week, Giants-Cowboys.
Yes.
Thursday night was easy for me. All right, I'm ready at work. Just go after work and maybe leave a little early and get out of there. But you really shouldn't be leaving early. The right way to do a football game is to go 2 hours early and tailgate.
Yep.
Go to the game. And then stay 2 hours afterward or an hour and a half after.
And tailgate again. That's what we always did. We'd fire the barbecue back up.
That's the right way to do it.
It's the perfect way.
I don't have the luxury of doing that anymore.
Yeah, I know. Not at this stage of life.
Yeah, and
I could. My wife would be cool with it. It's just a lot.
You're going to be out of the house all day.
If I said, Jen, I'm going to the Jets game this Sunday. I'm going there 2 or 3 hours, whatever. I'm not going to say I'm leaving at 8:12, but I leave the house, and when are you going to be home? I'm going to hang out a little bit after, and I'll be home probably. Let's see, games go 1 to 4. Hang out 2 more hours, sick, and I'm going to be home at 7:30, 8 o'clock. She wouldn't say no.
Yeah, no.
Now, I wouldn't do that to my family very well, but I promise she wouldn't say no.
Well, I wouldn't be asking. I'd be
that's what I'm not asking. I don't mean to sound like that, but no, she knows.
No, I'm just saying.
I don't do it that much.
But also, then by the time you get home and whatever shape you're in, now you got to catch up on the Giants as well.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's too much commitment, let alone from working 5 days a week and being away from the family.
And Yanks Mets juggle.
It's
this weekend.
It's a major commitment. I respect the diehard football fans to go out there and do it, but and plus watching it is so much a better experience.
That's the other thing that's changed too. And again, back in the day, when I had the tickets, they weren't in my name, but for 3 or 4 years, starting with Parcells at the old Meadowlands, you would get the bets in, obviously, back then kind of really not the legal way, but you still find a way to get the bets in. And you're looking up at the scoreboard and you're getting out of town highlights. I'm like, oh God, I bet the Dolphins today, they're losing by by 10. But, like, you don't really feel like you're losing that much in terms of the viewing experience. When you go to a game now, you know, even if you're in a suite at MetLife, and some of those are pretty nice, you know, so they do have some amenities here. It's just not this. It takes 40 minutes to get a urinal. It's not anything I'm looking to do that much.
Right.
I'm just really not.
The old 20-year-old me doesn't care. 30-year-old me doesn't care.
Yep.
The older you get.
Yeah, true.
It's just a different experience. All right, WFAN NFL football is powered by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store today. Rob is calling from New London, Connecticut. What's up, Rob?
Hey, guys. How's it going today?
Good. How are you?
Hey, Rob.
No complaints. It's beautiful out. So I have a main point, but I need your opinion real quick. So which loss in Giants history, I know you're Jets fans predominantly, but the Flipper Anderson game or the 49ers game in 2003?
Oh, with the bad snap. With the
it's got to be
it's the Niners game. I was watching that live with the Niners fan. It's got to be Trey Junks? It's got to be the Niners.
You think so?
I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't know for sure. But it's a play. Well, yeah, so was the Flipper. That was next level hurt. And if I'm not mistaken, Rob, Jeremy Shockey dropped a touchdown pass that game and threw ice at a fan like in a cup. Yeah, that was a weird game. Giants absolutely should have won that game.
Shockey's biggest mistake in that game was he could have gone for a touchdown, but he was more interested in proving his manhood, and he got tackled when he could have gone in the end zone. And they settled for a field goal. But here's the deal. I think the Flipper Anderson game, don't you think the 89 team had more promise as far as championship?
Yeah. I mean, it was also, you know, a couple of years after the first one, a year before the next one. Like, I don't know. You're better equipped to answer. I'm just giving you my opinion. Now, Flipper Anderson was...
Okay, but that's all I wanted.
Yeah, no.
What is the point of this conversation again?
What was the worst Giant loss? The 89 Flipper game, what do you have, 3 touchdowns or whatever it was, or the Niners-Giants game in 04 when they lost just a disgraceful defeat. That Tiki was there for.
Rob?
Well, okay, so my point of the actual call is I think the Giants are going to... I think they're going to win at least 9 to 10 games.
Here we go.
2 out of 3. No, listen to this, right? They excel at 2 out of 3 phases of the game. We've been told that our entire lives of football, but the schedule cannot overlap special teams and defense. So I think realistically, I'm not saying we're going to win 11 games or even 10. Yep. I think we're going to win 9 games, though. I don't know. That's my
you're optimistic.
And thanks for the call, Rob. Yeah, I wasn't sure what the trip down memory lane was about, but there we go. We get to the schedule this year, which is about this year. I mean, look, if everything goes perfectly for the Giants, maybe they could win 9 games. I'm not looking at them as a playoff team. I think that should be the expectation, and they should be the way that they talk. Hey, the roster was loaded last year. Somehow they only won 3 games, but the roster was loaded. They love all the players. They've had these great drafts. Mm-hmm. Well, their defense is loaded this year. They've got a veteran quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback. They've got a young stud in the waiting in Jackson Dart. Like, I don't want to hear the excuses. They got a healthy team so far. I saw today that Andrew Thomas and Theo Johnson are both, I guess, practicing or whatever. So they should be okay here ahead of Sunday. I don't want to hear about the schedule. I don't want to hear the excuses. Go out there and win 9 or 10 games. It's year 4 with Shane and Dable. Like, at some point, they actually got to start winning games,
Yes, there's a time to provide context to why things aren't going well with every franchise in town. And then there's a time where you just got to sit back and say, yo, how much longer am I going to wait for this thing to get going?
They've got to start winning some football
games. Not 9 or 10 or an inordinate amount. They're not there yet, and the schedule's brutal. But it does, and this applies to the Jets as well. It does have to start with more competitive games. And both teams did lose some tough ones last year. And I ran through some of the games, like Jets, a couple of 1-point losses. Giants had a couple of really tough ones and tight ones as well. The overtime game against Carolina comes to mind. So there is, to me, a path for both teams to win a couple of more games than they have recently, but you got to do it. You can't start 1-5 and be buried by before Halloween.
BT and Sal on the Fan. More calls. We come back 888-808-1019. The city's biggest indoor pickleball event is coming back October 10th and 11th, and it will sell out. Sign up for the fun or for the cash prizes. Go to 1010wins.com/pickleball for all the info. The pickleball tournament is presented by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
a line drive right field. That ball is hammered.
The Yankees and Astros play ball. 8:10 tonight. Driven by Jeep.
That was an extraordinary play.
Susan Waldman and Dave Sims call all the play-by-play. The home of Yankees baseball is the Fan. 101.9 FM and always live on the free Odyssey app.
I'm Michael Jenkins here to help you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. We're taking the Cubs on the money line against the Braves and backing Cade Horton, who is on the mound for Chicago. 9-4 with a 2.92 ERA, but that ERA drops to 1.71 when at home, and he has been dealing with just 4 runs allowed in 6 starts in the month of August, and the Cubs have won 5 of those games. Take the Cubbies on the money line. I'm Michael Jenkins from the BetMGM Network. Bet smarter and beat the books and download the BetMGM app today. Please gamble responsibly.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Build monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Hey, FanDuel is getting you ready for kickoff with an offer you won't want to miss. New customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. Pick a bet. Bet $5, and if it wins, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use all across the app. You could build parlays, bet player props, ride the live lines, whatever your style, FanDuel has you covered. The NFL season is finally here, and the only question is, are you ready to play? Visit FanDuel.com/Boomer to download the FanDuel app today and get started. That's FanDuel.com/Boomer. Now, we all love the app around here. It is safe, secure, and when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official partner of WFAN.
21 and over and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issues, non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Town Fair Tire is New England's largest volume discount tire dealer with over 100 locations. So we sell Michelin tires for the guaranteed lowest price. Like Michelin tires with all-season capabilities and maximum performance. Plus, Town Fair will give you more free services for life on your Michelin tires for longer tread life and reliable traction in both wet and dry conditions. For the guaranteed lowest price on Michelin tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody!
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Some things are hard to commit to, like learning how to surf or saving for a family vacation. But one commitment that's easy, switching to Fios Home Internet with a 5-year price lock guarantee. That means 5 great summers of fast, reliable internet at the same low price. All with the Fios 1 gig internet plan. Plus no hidden fees or equipment charges. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today. Price guarantee applies to base monthly rate only for new and existing My Home customers.
Get ready for more BT and Sal on the Fan.
We could tell you what it's like to drive the Nissan Rogue and tell you all about its performance capabilities, like its VC turbo engine. It's I can go virtually anywhere type of freedom. Nice. But you don't have to take our word for it. Go drive it for yourself. You're up. Experience the power of the Nissan Rogue.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Get 0% APR for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, or Murano. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. For well-qualified buyers, example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to Nissan Motor Acceptance Company credit approval, not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends September 30th, 2025.
Listen weekdays from 1 to 2 on the Fan for the call of the day with BT and Sal, brought to you by Wind Creek Bethlehem. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
What is it that makes the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid an incredible SUV? Is it the spacious interior that's comfy for the whole crew? Or the capability to go off-road? Maybe it's up to 600 plus miles of range. What if it's all of that and more? What is it then? The all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. So much more than just another SUV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Hey, Joy. Oh, you are glowing.
Oh, hey. More like Mirajoyed. That Miralax helped me go. I was so backed up. Tried mega coffees, prune juice, everything. Then Miralax. And hello, gentle relief without the harsh side effects.
Ooh, how does it work?
It works naturally with the water in your body for constipation relief. Find Miralax today at Walmart.
Use as directed for occasional constipation.
Powerball is now $1.3 billion. On Jackpocket, America's #1 lottery app, new customers opt in and get a free lottery ticket. Download the app and start ordering lottery tickets today. Use code DISCO on Jackpocket. Gambling problem? In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. 18 or older. Jackpocket is a lottery courier and not affiliated with any state lottery. Eligibility restrictions apply. Opt in for $5 and non-withdrawable lottery credits that expire in 168 hours. Terms, jkpt.com/draw5.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
That's right. You think I'm lazy? You're damn right.
BT and Sal back on the Fan, 888-808-1019. We'll continue with the calls here. We're talking a lot of football today. We've done some baseball as well. The Mets are in action right now. No score in Detroit. You know, you mentioned this, BT, in our pre-show meeting, and I was thinking it last night watching the game in real time. That was the best start of Nolan McLean's young career. I know it was only, his fourth start, and obviously he only lasted 6 innings. They're allowing the 2 runs. So you look at it and say, well, how could that be his best start when he went out and shut out the Phillies for 8 innings? Because of the adversity he handled early on, when you're thinking, you know what? All right, he gave up the lead. Maybe he just doesn't have it tonight. Yep. He battled, he responded, and got through the 6 innings strong. You had to watch the other 3 starts, as obviously we did, to come to that conclusion here. I think that bodes him very well in the postseason here. It's not going to be smooth sailing. I mean, listen, I'm not saying he can't go on some dominant run in October and put up a ton of zeros. He very well might, because his stuff is filthy. But to show I think you got a chance to lift up the hood a little bit last night and kind of see what the guts of the automobile looks like. And it matches the wheels and the rims and the stereo system. I think you learned a little bit more about him in terms of whether it's a heart rate, whether it's a perseverance, whether it's a maturity. It was a very good sign for him. He just plowed through it. I mean, what did he throw? 28, 29 pitches first inning, couple of walks, couple of hits. Like I think it's 29 or 30, and he didn't go 8 innings, but he did enough. And he retired 14 straight to finish up the game. That's a big boy effort right there. Good stuff. Now, what I would say is the expectations still got to be controlled here. I know you mentioned Boomer was talking about that he's Seaver or Nolan Ryan. More just in his not they were having a little fun, but not like he's got the same stuff as Seaver. More his delivery and how he uses his legs. And I actually, Gio was mocking him. I got you, Boom. I know what you mean. I'm not going to go there with any kind of comparison. I think if you start putting a pitcher in Seaver's category, it just could be harmful to the pitcher himself. Yeah. But you like the makeup that he's shown already. But what I would say is, as much I love him and trust him more than any other Mets starter right now, I still don't think that it's a given he's going to go out there. Like, even the best of guys, Max Fried went through a little bit of a rut. So at some point, there's going to be some troubles that McLean's going to have. You just hope it doesn't kick in until next year. Or maybe his next start, he could have a rough outing. Sure, you don't want it to happen in the postseason. That would be the issue. But right now, Nolan McLean has been a godsend for this team. It's exactly what the Mets have needed. In a lot of ways, he saved the season. I don't think that's hyperbolic. Think about where the Mets were and think about where they'd be without him. Number one, they'd have literally a few fewer wins at this point. And who knows what, based on the residual impact of the starter, the starters just not going length at all, giving length, like the bullpen would have been even further taxed with if he didn't, he just gave you a couple deep starts here. So I think, I don't know how you really fully quantify it, but there's the numbers which are scintillating, number one, but then there's also like the aura and there's the impact and just that extra little juice that young players provide. There's just something to be said. It's just a very monotonous sport, and you do it every day. And you're at the ballpark 8, 9, 10 hours. I've always said this, you better like each other, and you better have some young guns in there who, got a little vibe going here. And he's got a very mature vibe, but he's got a very competitive vibe. And like I said, game one, whether it's wild card, DS, CS, World Series, whatever it might be for the Mets, he's getting the baseball from the manager. Mets have needed it, and the Reds have fallen off. It's not like the Mets have been on a tear here. Yeah. The Reds, I think I just saw it come up on SNY. They were like 3-7 in the last 10, something like that. The Reds have played poorly, which has allowed the Mets to open up here a little bit. Also get closer to the Padres as well for that second wild-card spot.
That's true.
So it shouldn't be about making the postseason anymore. It really should have never been about that. They should be a playoff team. We talked about this. If they won the third wild card, it's like you're going to take bows for that. Like, come on,
only if you make a deep run again, then you do.
Yeah, well, okay, but just get in.
To start, no.
I do think that I don't know if you said this or somebody said it, I thought it was worded perfectly. Maybe it was somebody I was talking to SNY yesterday.
Sure.
I think it might have been somebody at SNY. The Mets have their problems are regular season problems. They do not have postseason problems. Whatever. Now, they might eventually when we get to the postseason, but their problems that they have right now are specific to the regular season. Once they get to the postseason, I think those problems, their biggest problem, the starting pitching, goes away because you don't need as many and you don't need them to go as long. Each game with the off days in between and the shorter series, everything's going to get shortened up. The rotation, not the starting rotation, the rotation of the entire staff, that's going to get tightened up as well. You could move, for example, move Manaea to the pen, which is something I would do. Now all of a sudden you strengthen the bullpen potentially with an arm like Manaea who might be able to give you a solid inning or two, whereas he's a weakness in the rotation because he can't give you 5 or 6 good innings. So I think their problems are regular season problems, and in the postseason, they should get better. Doesn't mean they're going to win anything. It just means that I think the biggest issues now will go away once they get to the postseason.
It's an interesting way to look at it. I think it makes sense on most levels as I'm hearing it for the first time. Now, as you say, the other things that got going, the clutch hitting, the really everybody. Terenz is swinging the bat well. I mean, Beatty's been decent, obviously. Vientos has picked up. Soto's been phenomenal. I mean, Alonso, he's been a little up and down here, but not last night. But he's on pace for 131 RBIs, Pete Alonso. It's absolutely amazing. So
ridiculous.
So as long as the clutch stuff doesn't go away, and it doesn't have to be quite this clutch because this is very clutch.
Well, it's getting significant better.
Yeah, but you don't even need that. You just can't. It can't be the exact opposit. Like it was among the worst,
just somewhere,
and now it's among the best, somewhere in between. Or I think with some of their hitters, it should be slightly better than middle of the pack. But it doesn't have to be elite because there's enough components as you get rid of some of these starting pitchers who just aren't that good.
Matt is calling from Westchester. What's up, Matt?
Matty.
What's up, boys? How we doing? Good show today.
Good, thank you.
I wanted to make 2 Mets points. One was for Shal going back to the Marte comments that Soto made. I'm not sure if you remember 2 years ago when Soto was in the home run derby. Marte was the only guy out there with him. They've actually been best friends since Soto was in the Dominican when he was 16. They've known each other forever, and he was his mentor. And when he got to the Mets, that's been his best friend. So I think, just from the lens of a guy that you've known for 10 or 15 years, I think at least to me, it makes sense why that's his guy and why he would look at him as the leader. I personally didn't see it as a shot at Lindor. And then the other point I wanted to make was just about the discussion about the guys traded at the deadline. I think one thing that Stearns has done exceptionally well is good teams have a lot of prospects that are tradable because they're really good at developing those guys. And I think you look at a guy like Gilbert or Kidwell, like older guys in the upper levels of the minors that are realistically not going to be stars, but, serviceable players. Those are the guys you can trade. And the Mets system is just ranked number 1. And we got pitching prospects. I know Santucci and third baseman Reamer and Ewing and all these guys coming up into the top 100. I think, while I agree that the guys we've gotten aren't performing well, I think the process is right. And I think Stearns is really excellent at sort of not trading the guys that you can't develop over and over again, but sort of enticing teams, lesser developmental teams like the Giants or the White Sox or all these teams with guys that he's confident he can churn out year in and year out. So those are the 2 points I wanted to make.
Well, we have to see it. And thank you for the call, Matt. I want to see a World Series winning team. I want to get the best players now. That's my philosophy. Is that the smartest way? No, I acknowledge that. I understand being smart is, hey, let's get the cheaper players under control. Like, why would you ever give up a player that has potential with 5 years of control versus a guy who's going to be a free agent at the end of this year? The answer is because the player that's going to be a free agent at the end of this year is better now. That's the answer. So while it might not be financially responsible, while it might not be responsible as far as the potential and the control, I get all that. I'm trying to win a World Series now. And sometimes you do that. Sometimes to do that, you have to make decisions that may not be the smartest decision long term.
Well, listen, we talked about this, and the Grisham-Beatty thing was very interesting. That was early in the show, maybe 10, whatever it was, 10, 40, 11, when that first came up. So I know if Grisham's in center for the Mets, they're better because Mullins just hasn't done a whole lot here. And obviously Taylor, can't really hit. He's not really healthy right now.
He's banged up now. Taylor had to go on the IL. McNeil's in center field today. So it shows you how much they think of Mullins. Yep. He doesn't even play.
Yeah. I mean, he just hasn't done much here. I thought he'd do a little. I didn't think he was the Mullins of 3 years ago. I thought he'd do a little bit more. Point being, let's say the Mets did ship out Beatty, and let's say this deal came to fruition, and today Grisham's playing center field. For me, I would not elevate the Mets any higher than I had them right now as a World Series team because I don't think the offense that they get from center field is going to derail them from a championship provided the front-end pitching stays up. The reason why I kept talking about the Mets center field issue was because the pitching early didn't see McLean. Tong wasn't here yet. And and by the way, Vientos wasn't hitting, and Soto wasn't hitting really, Soto like for the first couple of months here. So it seemed more urgent.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying it wouldn't make them incrementally better because he's a better player than Mullins, but to me, I'm asking you, would it tilt the needle for you if Grisham's playing center today? You feel like this is a lock stock World Series team? Because I wouldn't.
No, right now it's easy to say no. Back then, where they needed more offense and clearly needed a center fielder, and he would be an upgrade. Do I think he would be the final piece in the difference maker between them and a World Series? No, probably not. But I guarantee he'd help more than Cedric Mullins. And they don't have a center fielder. Jeff McNeil's still playing center field. Mm-hmm. So now it's going to be, hey, maybe they got to get by with McNeil in center field. But if we
I do not like in the postseason, not in October,
so that's what
not
I mean.
With Nimmo to his right.
So that's what I mean. And look at what Grisham's doing. Maybe part of it is that we don't believe that Grisham I don't know. Is he going to be this outside of Yankee Stadium, not with the Yankees next year? Is he ever going to do what he's doing right now? Again, that's part of the gamble as well.
I mean, I do think he's got easy power, so that doesn't really, he's going to hit 32, 30, so that surprised me a bit. But I don't know, is he going to really hit 255, 260, which he might this year? When you hit 190 and 203, whatever, that's a leap of faith I can't take.
But do you think giving up Beatty is too much? Especially at the time, that's the point here.
You got to go back in real time at that point.
They needed a center fielder. Grisham is a proven commodity. There aren't many good center fielders out there. Look at what it was either Bader or Cedric Mullins or Luis Robert. Those were the three that we were talking about.
Yep.
Neither of whom were very appealing. If you ask me, I'd rather have Trent Grisham all day, every day over those guys, even before he went nuts this year. So just based off what he did last year a little bit, maybe early on this season, expecting they would cool off, he's still better than the other guys. So are you trying to upgrade the team or not? And clearly their thought process, we don't think that upgrade is enough to justify trading the years of control and potential and what we deem another useful player in Brett Beatty.
Yeah, listen, I don't like to give up on lefty hitters, especially one that's shown. I'm not saying he's be Robbie Alomar over there, not necessarily the Mets version of Robbie Alomar, but more the Padres and Toronto version. I'm not saying he's going to be that kind of second baseman, but he's at least functional at second. He's got a good arm. He's better at third than Vientos. I don't think Vientos is ever a major league third baseman, at least not one that's very competent. And when you're in your mid-20s, and you're a pretty good athlete with a good arm. Beatty likes to show off the arm. And you're a lefty with some blossoming power. And I was looking for something. I couldn't find that. I had it earlier, damn it. But the advanced analytics are very favorable to Beatty. From last year to this year, his bat speed is in the higher percentile. His barrel rate, it's gone in a good direction, which to me tells me he's not just going to hit 15 or 16 home runs because he's getting lucky. There's a legitimate uptick in pertinence, measurables.
Okay.
And so to me, that tells me it's a little bit more sustainable than maybe he's out, right? He's got to be out.
McNeil just threw him out.
Nice
How about
play by
that?
McNeil. Good tag, too. I like Beatty. I like him more than you. Not that I would never trade him, but for Grisham, at that point, remember, Grisham's tacked on 7-8 home runs since then. You know what I mean?
Well, I know, but I'm saying before then. The Mets needed a center fielder. Beatty wasn't doing what he's doing now.
See that throw.
So McNeil, the runner at first, he might have gotten around that tag.
He might have, actually.
The runner at first tagged up on a fly ball to center field, relatively deep, but not too deep. And McNeil threw it into second on the money.
They should review that. Not a great camera angle.
I don't know if Lindor got him.
It's the swim move. It doesn't even look
not going to review. He's out.
Yeah, wow. All right,
and McNeil, you got to give McNeil credit because he has been a serviceable center fielder.
I agree.
No matter where they put him.
Yeah, listen, usually, because you don't think about Jeff McNeil, you think about him as a pure hitter, if anything, when he's on, and defensive versatility. Yeah. You don't think of him as like a speed guy. And listen, if you had a great left fielder, I know Nimmo's hitting the ball well, like a great defensive left fielder, and Soto's fine in right field. I think I'd feel better, not great, but more okay with McNeil in center. I just think, like, in October, those chilly nights, balls in the gap. He's not a natural center fielder. Nimmo's got a rag arm. I don't love it for a team that's trying to win a World Series.
Yeah,
I just don't. But he has done a pretty good job. I give him credit for working hard out there.
Do you have Grisham numbers up?
I can get them fast. What do you need?
I just want to compare him to Nimmo's real quick.
All right, you got Nimmo. Let me get Grisham here. Yes. Grisham stats.
Nimmo's he's got decent numbers.
Yeah, he does.
But just not. I know he's been better as of late. 22 homers, all right. 267 batting average.
It's fine. 270's fine.
780. Well, yeah, the batting average fine.
Yeah.
And the home runs are okay. But the consistency hasn't been there. 78 ribbies, actually not bad. 789 OPS.
That's almost 800. That's good.
Where's Grisham at?
840.
Okay.
OPS.
And how many homers?
I think he's got 29. 29.
And what's he
last time was 29, and he's batting 248 on base, running around 35%.
Yeah.
And the OPS is 840. Now, here's the thing, though. So at least
Grisham getting $5 million a year.
Well, that's 5 versus 20, whatever it was for Nimmo. But also, Sal, you look at this is why it's going to be a very tricky offseason read for him in terms of his free agent worth. All right, so he's at 840 now. Let's say he dips a little bit. He finishes at 803. That's still a massive season for him unexpectedly. Last year, OPS, 675. The year before that, 666. The year before that, 626. Like, you tell me who the real Grisham is.
Yeah. I don't know.
Come on.
No, I know, but you tell me who the real Brandon Nimmo is.
Yeah, but I believe more in Nimmo's success because he's done it far more. Now, his on base has dipped, but he's been a far more frequent above league average performer than Grisham.
He had 224 last year.
Grisham hit 190 last year and 198 and 184.
I get it. I'm saying right now. Like right now, I trust the Mets offense. If you were to swap Grisham for Nimmo, I would trust Grisham more so this year, right now. Now, that's not going to happen. That was not the swap. I'm just saying that type of bat, like if you're looking to add, they call him the core four. Brandon Nimmo, to me, is not he's not doing a job.
No, and I'm not trying to get on the top of the mountain and scream, bloody murder for anybody who says anything about negatively against Nimmo or honestly about Brandon Nimmo. I think he's a flawed player. He should steal more bases, although he has this year. He really has a rag arm. Whatever, and he's a little bit too inconsistent. When he gets hot, he's red hot. He's cold. He's freezing cold.
Yeah, although his numbers at the end of the year,
they always seem to get there.
Generally consistent.
I agree. That's why I'm defending him, Sal. But you look at, and again, all right, batting averages and everything. But geez, you go from 22, 23, and 24. I mean, Trent Grisham hit 184, 198, and 190.
Yeah.
I mean, we could be real about Nimmo, but let's not disrespect Brandon Nimmo.
No, understand. I mean, what do you mean disrespect?
The guy hit less than 200 3 years in a row. You're saying you'd rather have Grisham this year than Nimmo.
I would. Yes. I don't even think it's particularly close. Not to mention that Grisham's a better fielder.
But you're also assuming that what Grisham's done, and you could be right with this assumption, but you could be wrong, that what he's done so far this year, he's going to do the last month of the season. Maybe he turns into a 112 hitter.
Yeah, maybe. But we were waiting for that to happen after April or May.
I hear you.
He's had a terrific year.
He has had a really good year.
BT and Sal on the Fan. Finish up on the phones when we come back. 888-808-1019.
All right. Let me tell you a little something here, Sal.
A little Primo water, I believe.
Little something for you.
You thirsty?
Yeah, I am thirsty. I love it. Listen, I just pound water every day. A couple of bottles. I love it. So you guys should step up to the plate this fall with Primo Brands home water delivery at water.com. So whether you're hosting a big game or keeping the whole household feeling good and hydrated during games, water.com brings your favorites. Poland Spring, Pure Life, even Saratoga. Straight to your door, no heavy lifting, no last-minute store runs, just the refreshment you need when you need it. Signing up is easy. Pick your water, choose your schedule, and enjoy. Use code BASEBALL for 50% off your first order. You also get free delivery along the way. Stay refreshed all season long. Order now at water.com.
It's Keith McPherson at night on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
As a manager, getting to know his potential closer, I'm pretty sure this guy's going to get the first crack at it. He let this guy go out and finish the job, and I'm telling you, that type of stuff the team can build off of.
Listen to Keith McPherson on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Andrew Perloff with an Odyssey Sports Minute. When the Bills and Ravens meet on Sunday night, it will be just the fifth time that the last two MVPs have met in the season opener. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson enter the season with all the hype possible, but both have something in common. Individual awards like MVP are not doing the trick. They've both reached a point where it's Super Bowl or bust. They're all-time greats, no doubt. Now they need a ring to cement their legacies. I'm Andrew Perloff.
Paid for by term provider. Premiums will vary. Plans depend on age, location, and other factors. Visit BigLoot.com.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-555-1509. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-555-1509. That's 800-555-1509. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-555-1509. 800-555-1509.
It's The Road Ahead, brought to you by our local Kia dealers. Visit Kia.com to discover movement that inspires. The team from the Bronx continues its big 3-game series against arch rival Houston before returning home for another huge series against Toronto.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
You matter, and so does your well-being. If you're facing tough moments, struggling with anxiety, depression, thoughts of suicide, or substance use, help is here anytime you need it. Call, text, or chat 988 for free confidential support. New Jersey's 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here 24/7 for you or someone you love, with trained counselors who listen and care without judgment. You matter. Remember New Jersey's 988. A message from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
We're always talking New York sports on the Fan.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code CODE to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code CODE for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code CODE for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
Get away to the Atlantic City in Waterboat Show. 4 days only, September 4th to the 7th at the Golden Nugget Marina. Enjoy live entertainment and outdoor dining. Shop the Marine Mart. Buy $15 advance tickets at acinwaterboatshow.com.
Hey, it's Sal Licata. Ready for nonstop action? Get your game on at Wind Creek, Bethlehem. Hit the casino floor to play the hottest slots and table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette. Go big in the poker room with tableside massages and complimentary beverage service. Or feel the thrill of live dealer stadium gaming. Try your hand at axe throwing at Angry Jacks or virtual golf at Twisted Teas. For a great bite to eat, fuel up at one of their top restaurants, from the classic steakhouse, Chop House, to Urban Table, Chopstick, and more. Cap the night with live entertainment or cocktails in their Luxe lounges. Then unwind in style at Wind Creek's AAA 4-Diamond Hotel. Play online anytime in the Wind Creek Casinoverse. Download it for free from the Apple or Google App Stores. Learn more at WindCreekBethlehem.com. Wind Creek Bethlehem, your play and stay destination. Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Dick's Sporting Goods, we have always believed sport has the power to change lives. Community happens here. Change happens here. Sport happens here. Introducing the all-new Dick's House of Sport, bringing new experiences, new services, and unrivaled selection from the top brands to a new place Jersey City can call home. Featuring a rock wall, a Hitrex multi-sport cage, and 3 golf hitting bays. Dick's House of Sport at Newport Center. Grand opening celebration September 19th through September 21st.
Call of the Day with Brendan Tierney and Sal Licata on The Fan.
Today's Call of the Day brought to you by Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's heating experts. John is in St. Louis. What's up, John?
My dad took me to play on the playground. I was a little kid, and I saw them playing asses up, so I run over, asked these older kids if I could play. Sure enough, I'm the first one to go out, and I immediately run off the court, go to my dad, and I'm like, hey, I'm getting a little tired, man. I think it's time to go. And he's like, what? So he walks over, he sees the kids laughing at me from the park. He goes, were you just playing asses up? I go, yeah. And he goes, did you lose? And I said, yeah. And he goes, did you get hit? I go, no, I ran away. He goes, oh, okay. Grabs me by the neck, drags me to the court, holds me bent over, and gives every kid like 5 throws to absolutely wreck me from like point blank.
Jesus. Good God almighty. I thought I ran a tough ship. Holy God.
He goes, you're never going to do that again. Throws me in the car or out of there.
Wow. What did your dad...
I like it. I bet it taught you some discipline.
What did he do for a living? What was his job? I'm curious.
He walked the beat on the Upper East Side.
There you go. He was on the job. Tough as nails back then. Got it. All right, that's a good story. Wow.
Yeah, it's all time.
Hey, get back there, you wuss. Bend over. Everybody take aim.
Oh, God. There we go, talking about, what was the name of the game? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Hey, by the way, before we get to these over-unders, that was a good call, by the way. This is not particularly good. It's more on Tucker. This is 30 minutes ago, so Schefter had this. Let me make sure I'm not getting ball sacked. Is this the real Adam Schefter? Right. Yes, it is. 11 million followers. God. All right, so Jets fear that guard Elijah Vera Tucker suffered a season-ending torn tricep. Remember I said it had to be something with a bicep or a tri, maybe in the weight room? He's getting a second opinion, but obviously not looking good. If it's a torn tricep, he's out for the whole year.
No idea how yet? Nobody's reporting how it happened?
They don't know. I'm still going to guess the weight room, but you never know. Who knows?
We have literally 2 minutes. You think we could squeeze these in 2 minutes, or you want to wait for tomorrow, the over-unders?
I don't want to shortchange it.
Yeah, okay.
I don't want to shortchange
Well, our baseball over-unders, we did it. I was looking it up today because you mentioned it. We might as well get to it today. We could we'll do it tomorrow. I'm looking okay.
Let me see. I've got yours. I did yours too. So
I'm at worst 3-2.
And now we'll divulge the specifics tomorrow. All right, 1 for 1, 2-0.
We had nothing on the line this year anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
2-1 maybe. 3-1. Yeah, you could go 3-2.
At worst.
Yeah, at worst. I agree.
You think that my biggest one are the Mets getting over 90.5? They have to go.
But even the Soto OPS, as good as he's been.
But I'm counting that one as a loss, basically.
Oh, you are? Okay. So, the other ones you already got.
Because I guess almost. Wells over 17.5.
So I guess we are doing it.
Lindor, hold on. We got a minute. We can do it. Wells over 17.5, that's a win. Lindor over steals and homers 53. He needs one of each.
He's at 53 now.
Yeah, okay. Mets over 90.5 wins. They have to go 16-7 for me to get that. Okay. That's going to be tough. Yeah. Yankees over 80.
Today, by the way.
Yankees over 88.5. They have to go 12-12 to get that. So that's going to be a win. And then Soto OPS, he's at 920 something.
He's at 925, 945. We also had a tiebreaker. Jazz steals and home run combined. I went for 61. You went for 52. So if we get a tiebreaker, that favors me.
Yeah.
I had Alonso over 35.5 home runs.
He just tied the game, by the way, ripped a double. Lindor scores.
Did he really?
Yeah.
All right, I guess I'm going to have to. Is he cheering or is he saying you're done with the show? We're done?
No, Hoff is cheering.
Oh, he's doing what is that little thing what they do?
I'm not speculating.
Cheers, these Mets. Remember then when he was humping the dugout rail 2 years ago?
Yeah.
God. Anyway, I have Alonso over 35.5 home runs. He's got 33. We'll win that. I've got Vientos under 87.5 RBIs. He's at 53. I'll win that. Max Fried already won 151 Ks. He's at 159, so that'll be 3-0. Now, I'm going to lose the Volpe one, which just tells you all you need to know about Volpe's season. Volpe's OPS, on-base percentage, not OPS, on-base percentage, it was at 297. Still, which is awful. It's not even like it's okay.
What was the number you had over under?
297. He's not even close. It's 272, which is the worst in his career.
How's he not go over that?
I don't know. So I'm going to lose that. And this one, it's going to be tight. Mets wins. Your partner went.
Oh, that's right. That's the head-to-head that we have.
Under.
So you need the Mets to go worse than 16-7. Anything that helps you there.
It's close.
Wow.
They're at 75 with 23 to go. So if they go 16-8 or 15-8.
15-8, you win.
Yes.
16-7, I win.
Let's go.
Let's go
Tigers.
Mets. All right, that does it for us. Back again tomorrow. We got the NFL starting tomorrow, so we'll have some fun with that game. Of course, Mets and Yanks. Again, recap whatever happens today and then tonight for the Yanks. Thanks to Dove, as always. Thanks to Hoff as well. We appreciate the work you guys do. Thanks to everybody, each and every one of you who listened to the show today and who called in. Love you guys. Thank you for that. Back again tomorrow, 10 a.m. Evan and Tiki, they're coming up next.